get so mad, there's no control.
Ladies and gentlemen, just in case you live under a rock,
I might
you
grab
are
it bad, I
looking
don't
at
know,
the
my rap, my
youngest
blood
and best
boils
rising
over like,
star in
oh God, here
professional
goes. I
wrestling
lost all
today.
feeling from my head to my toes. You said some shit that I can't let go, so just stay tuned for the rest of the show. So have you ever felt betrayed? Switches how you see things, realize something needs change. Cause I know you got me fucked up, let me show you what's up. Cause enough is enough. I'll take a face full of pavement just to make a statement. I know there's no turning back. Oh God, adrenaline wasted, so mad I can taste it. I know there's no turning back. I'll do what it takes, I ain't making mistakes like that. I'll bleed on your face just to make you go take it back. I'll lose my shit, I go crazy when I'm mad. And I ain't gon' wish you shut the fuck up real bad. Shut up.
What is up, wrestling fans? This is the Dawn of the Watch Along, BX Sports Jedi Kev on the Heal the Ring podcast, the Monday Night Raw NXT review. But before I go forward, let me bring in my panel, the main man, the soldiers of the of Heal the Ring NXT Raw review. Let's first say hello to Heel Cena joining us. Hello, Heel Cena.
Hey, what is up, WWE Universe? I am back here, and I'm so glad to be back. It's great to be back where I belong, the Jedi Sports Podcast.
All right. Let's say hello to Pete Ospreay.
We here.
What's up?
It's live, man. We are live. We're here, man. We're here to review some of the best wrestling that has happened.
Yes, I'm so excited. And no need for no introduction. The man that talks with blades, with his words, the one and only. What's up, Samurai? And his words cuts like a fine tooth. All right, Samurai. Wow, those words just cut people in half, man. All right, let's go. Guys, we're ready to review the Monday Night Raw, days away from the Clash of the Castle, the Premium Live event in Cardiff, Wales. My God, are we excited for this card? The build-up, the go-home show had a lot of interesting angles, a lot of fun. You have a new women's champion possible. We have so much to talk to unpack. Let's start off with the show, starting off with none other than AJ Styles and Dolph Ziggler taking on Judgment Day. Good match there, opening match to kick off the show. It was a fast-paced exchange. I love seeing fast-paced action. You know, a lot of times WWE usually starts off with a promo, but this time they decided to go with a good match. And I love the match, the way it started off. And before we go any further, we have to acknowledge the tribal chief of the channel. Salute, Terrence. Okay, but we're having is this microphone on? Testing. Pete,
Yo.
I'm gonna send this to you right now, Pete. Give me your thoughts on the fast-paced action between this match here, opening contest on Raw.
Oh, definitely. I really like this match. The way to start off Monday Night Raw, am I right? Because this was just insane. Because can we actually go back to the when Finn Balor was doing the Styles Clash, and then what was it? Ziggler reversed it into the Famouser? Come on now, that was insane. Yo, man, this match really. That's how you start off Monday Night Raw. This was just, man, I really love this. This was great.
Indeed, heel. We saw that this match, he mentioned those phenomenal moves, the calf crusher. We've seen so many different fast-paced action. The Arniki hit the show off with a massive choke slam. We're at the end of the day, we get a victory from Judgment Day on Ziggler. What was your thoughts on right team one? Does it hurt Ziggler getting the pinfall? Tell me your thoughts of the match.
I don't think it hurts nobody here. And let me tell you, I've been in the ring with multiple people in this match. And let me tell you, all of them are phenomenal workers. All of them do their own thing. All of them are so talented. I have nothing bad to say about this match. I really loved this whole entire thing from beginning to end. Everything was just exactly how it's supposed to be. This is exactly how you kick off Monday Night Raw right here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
All right. Samurai, you with us? All right, Samurai's not with us. Hey, Terrence, what is up? I think Terrence is not with us either. I think we're having difficulties with our phone lines.
Seems so.
All right, so all right, we see this match here. We got a win. Let me splash that with Samurai. Let us know when he's on. We've seen that we have more beef going on in the backstage. Oh, he's all right. Terrence is having little technical difficulties, but he's here. They'll let us know as soon as you hear. Just say, let us know. We'll get going. It's going to get back in, and we see now Judgment Day, Rhea Ripley. When they're about to leave the ring with Damian Priest, we see Edge pull up in a big Mercedes, and Damian Priest has something to say, and he goes, "Let's go back in the ring to cut a promo." And I was like, "Oh, interesting." I love the fact that they're incorporating Edge. Continue this storyline. I'm excited here to see that. We see that they get in the ring. Edge baits them, and the Mysterios come from behind with the kendo sticks. That was great. Heel, what was your thoughts on that with the kendo sticks?
Let me tell you something, Kev. I've been hit with those kendo sticks. They hurt. They're like 1,000 wasps just hitting you one by one, and you not want to get hit by those. If you ever plan on getting into the wrestling business, you better be prepared to be hit by a kendo stick. They hurt like hell, man. I'm just gonna be straightforward with you, man. And yeah, I'm pretty sure those wrestlers right there were in pain, man. But cheers to all the talent, man. They fought their hearts out.
Now, despite that loss, and I wanted to point out first and foremost, Ziggler really looked incredible, though. His heel, him working as a face, it kind of, to me, without he's not losing his heat. I still like seeing Ziggler myself. Just wanted to add that point before we get away from the shenanigans that happen after that. We also trying to they're planting the seeds on us. And I hate to be all over the place, but I just wanted to bring my thought here. I wanted to plant my seed was Dominic, Rhea Ripley, Dominic and Rhea Ripley seed being planted to us for a possible betrayal or possible twist, because we did hear later on where Mysterio says that Dominic doesn't want to be a spectator. He's going to actually be in the ring. So I think it's going to be Edge and Dominic, right? Taking on the Judgment Day. Am I correct? Terrence, are you with us?
Yeah.
All right. Salute. Right. First of all, let's acknowledge the tribal chief.
Yeah, it's a little late, but yeah. Acknowledge me, man. What's up? How y'all doing? Y'all all right?
All right.
We're excited because this is night 1 and 2 of a whole entire 7 days of wrestling glory.
Yes. Night 2 of it. But y'all still talking about Raw, right? So
we're on Raw. We're still on Raw because
okay.
we got the jobber above you that sticks around for Raw because he calling a jobber because he doesn't want to join us on the NXT. He has to be part of the schism, the NXT schism tree. Which he doesn't.
Man,
Really?
If I was a jobber, then why would people been worried about me? Replacing Ric Flair as an all-time world championship record. If I was a jobber, how come I got outsell your entire podcast, man? If I wanted to right now, man, next Monday I could be booked and I could have that arena sold out in like less than a day at the very least, yo. Word life, man. It's basic thugonomics.
He's the word life. Okay.
He's trying. He's doing a wonderful job of imitating the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. But we shall move on.
No, John Cena right there, so I don't know about.
Sounds
That
more
one
like
American
Dusty.
Dream, Dusty Rhodes right there, baby. That one, baby, bird, man.
Wait, ooh, look at that! All right. I love it.
That
I
one,
love
Rhodes,
it.
man. That was that. Who was that boy? That Cena boy. That John Cena. That was. Oh, that's American Dream. That's the road here, baby.
Look at that. Darius with a little swerve there. My goodness. All right, all right, all right. So the seed is planted for that heel turn for Dominic. Going forward at Clash of the Castle. He's gonna get in the ring. Let me go around the panel real quick. Yay or nay, yes or no. I'm gonna start off with Terrence. Dominic heel turn on Clash of the Castle.
I want to say yes, 100%, but I'm just gonna say yes, 95%. There's still a chance that you know, it's not gonna happen.
All right. The American Dream, John Cena. Yes or no? A heel turn.
Well, I'm gonna go with yes, man, because that gives me more work to do if I ever returned. Possibly take down another heel. So I'm gonna go with yes, baby.
All right,
Yeah.
all right, Mr. Pete. Your turn. Dominic heel turn, yes or no?
I'm gonna go with yeah, but I'm gonna be with Terrence on this one. I'm gonna be 95% on this one, because you never know if it's probably just gonna swerve everybody and not turn. But to me, I want him to turn because I feel like he might do better as a heel than him as being a face right now.
All right, let's give it one more time. Samurai, your turn, your chance. No Samurai.
I don't know if you're there, baby. I don't know if you're there. Samurai, you there, baby? You there? You there, baby? Samurai?
You just got done disrespecting, the Hall of Famer John Cena, but yet you have two jobbers here that don't know how to work a mic, yo. If you're gonna step into the BX Sports family, at least learn how to talk on the mic at the very least.
This is why you're on the list, because John is not on the Hall of Fame yet.
I said future.
Hey, there we go.
Hall of Fame.
Yes, thank you. Hold on. You know what? That's right.
Chip, you know what? You just made the list. Oh, no. Oh, here we go.
On the list again, more deserving than ever.
Let's see. Let's finally see. Are you there with us, Mr. Sam?
Yeah, I'm here. Hello.
All right.
Hey.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened, but no, I was saying yes. I agree with everybody. Dominic will turn heel.
Okay. All right. All right.
It's expected at this point. I mean, they've got that whole dominatrix thing going on.
It looks like Rhea's using her power, her persuasion, to swerve and confuse that kid. He didn't want to use the kendo stick. We shall see, because they're not gonna, unless they bring Beth Phoenix with them. But I don't think they'll have a woman to neutralize, and who knows what can happen there. It'll be interesting. So that gives us a storyline within a storyline for Clash of the Castle. We move on. We had we know tomorrow is going to be September 1st. After tomorrow, summer winds down. It's all pumpkin season, pumpkin spice, pumpkin latte, pumpkin coffee, pumpkin cheesecake, pumpkin pie, and of course, one of the good old-fashioned six-woman or trio squash match. It was Asuka, Bliss, Bianca Belair taking on some Pittsburgh local talents in a classic. I don't think I've seen a six-woman squash match, let alone like that. But it's good to see those local talents being showcased and seen around. WWE does that at times, but it looks like they're embracing that more. I was really okay, because you want to see how these ladies are going to work as a group, and you couldn't have them go up against other talent like WWE talent that we know of, because there was a women's tournament going on. So you didn't want to have them the women's tournament, look down. And, you wanted to keep everybody over. Terrence, I liked that squash match. It was plain and simple. They kept it simple. Keep it simple, stupid. I liked it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was just like to what you just said, like as far as like just showing their talent, like trying to see how they can like work together as a 6-woman team, or a 3-woman team, I should say, taking on 3 locals. But yeah, I don't think I ever recall seeing a 6-woman squash match before, so that was pretty interesting, to say the least. But yeah, they did their little work and whatever, and it was just the typical squash match. whether it was a 6-woman or a 1-on-1 or a tag team, it was the same. It was just pretty much like preparing for a big event or just like, just getting ready, just getting ready for it. So it was, you know, they looked all right. They had little camaraderie and stuff like that going together. So we shall see what goes down though. So
Indeed. Let me ask a question. Anyone jump in if you know. Yeah. Do any of these ladies are known to any one of you guys? Pete, Cena, Samurai. Anyone know the local talents that were?
No.
No, not really.
Okay. All right. But it was a good. It made its point. I don't think we do. I don't. Anyone has any other thing on that? Because I think that's pretty much what we touched on those ladies.
Pretty much, yeah.
All right. So we move on to the next part. Was the Hall of Famer, the one and only Kurt Angle, comes out to his hometown of Pittsburgh. Always love to hear his introduction music. When that intro pops, it's a yeah. You even with the "You Suck," it's still a dope theme song. And he comes out looking like he's ready to throw down. He come out with his Olympic gold medal, no shirt, wrestling attire. I was like, oh, we're gonna have a match. Before he gets a couple words in, we get Chad Gables come out with Alpha Academy with Otis, and they have a shoots off. Now, Heel, you are one of those who loves that jokes or the funny comedy. What was your thoughts on that? I want to hear that on your end.
Well, I'll just say this, man. Kurt Angle's one of those wrestlers that I respect the most, probably out of anyone, because he helped jumpstart my whole entire career, man. So when a guy like Kurt Angle really comes out, it really hits you right in the heart, man, because, I still remember that day all the way back in 2002 when I had my first match, and it was really one of those moments that really it propelled me right to where I am right now, man. If it wasn't for Kurt Angle, there would be no John Cena. So seeing him back on Raw and having this moment, it means a lot to me, man. And I just want to say, Kurt Angle, I'm so proud of you, man. I'm just so grateful too for the opportunity that Kurt Angle helped propel John Cena to where he is now. And I'm glad he had to have every single moment that he had, even the little moments on today's moment on Raw. And I can't wait to talk about the rest of them. And Kurt, I just want to know we love and appreciate you, man. You're awesome. And yeah, Alpha Academy, man. Don't get me wrong. You're gonna get yours, man. You're gonna get yours, but you guys are talented too. There's no need to be doing what you're doing, man. And yeah.
It's the same thing over and over and over. It's like missionary position.
Can I actually make a quick note real quick?
Yes, go ahead.
Let me make a quick note, and I don't know if anybody noticed, but the way he returned, his returning gear that he wore was the same attire that he had when he returned back from injury back in 2003 when he returned from SmackDown. I don't know if you guys ever didn't notice that, but if you were to search up on Google Kurt Angle returning from injury back in 2003, man wore the same thing, and I was like, wow, what a little kick right there.
So do you think he's hinting, because he said he has one more match in him, but he wants to be his knees. He just got knee surgery. He wants to make sure his knees are 100% before he goes. But he says he is intrigued on one more final match, especially in his final match. They made him put over Corbin at that time, and you don't Hall of Famer. You really don't want to lose that kind of. You want to let him get that victory. But I understand Corbin though. I mean, he's going to job to everybody who for favor. So could there be possibly one more match in store for Kurt Angle?
Yes, please. One more. Please.
Yeah, I'm invested. He, anyone else would like to see another Kurt Angle, or any different? Who wouldn't not see another Kurt Angle match?
Definitely seeing it right over here.
All right. So everybody's agreement there. No, Terrence. No Kurt Angle. Okay.
The man. Right. So we playing characters over here, right? We got Hill, Cena over there, excuse me, the American Dream heel, Dr. Thugonomics Cena over there. Where's the tribal chief talking here? Listen,
You
what
ain't
I
no
said
travel
before,
chief, bro.
it's the same thing. The man just had knee surgery and respect what he's done in his career. You know, he won a, what do you say? He won a gold medal with a broken freaking neck. Yeah, that was what, a decade and a half ago or something like that. I'm not really too sure about the math there, but look, if he does come back, it just has to be Olympic slam 1, 2, 3, or
Yeah,
an ankle lock 1, 2, 3. It's
Listen,
not
man.
gonna be a drag out, knockout. Not to say that we're expecting that, but we expect too much nowadays. Hint, hint. But let's just keep it simple. If he's coming back, let's just do like something quick like that.
Let me
I agree
teach
with that.
you. Let me teach you about one of the things I live by. Okay, one of those
Teach me,
things is
man. Teach
one
me.
of those things is respect. And if a legend like Kurt Angle, also a Hall of Famer, wants to come out and and if he says he wants to wrestle one more match, okay, you gotta respect that, homie. That's how it goes.
Well,
So
a
you
lot of
you
people said
better
that
know.
about Ric Flair.
You gotta respect when a Hall of Famer like that wants to come out and say, "I want to entertain the fans the rest of one more time." So I don't care what you say, man. You respect that and you let it happen one more time, okay? And that's how
Oh
it goes.
man.
That's the three labels I live by every day: hustle, loyalty,
Hustle,
respect.
loyalty, and respect.
Now,
Well,
Like
here's
I
That's
now
right.
you,
said, bro,
here's what I
it's the
say.
same
Here's what I
thing.
say.
I
I agree with
respect the
Terrence.
man.
I agree with
Go
Terrence.
ahead.
It should just be at least just like a little squash match for Kurt. You don't want it to be like what happened with Ric Flair, having to go through all long ass match and just for him to pass out twice during that match. We don't want that to happen. But the big difference between Ric Flair and Kurt is that at least Kurt looks better. He looks like he's been working out a lot.
True,
So, but
true.
to be quite honest, just let it be a squash match. Let him
Can we at least
leave on
agree we
top.
all respect? Can we at least agree
yo,
we all respect Kurt's hustle?
Of
We
course.
respect the Olympic
now
gold medalist, brother.
let me book it. Let me do a fantasy booking here. I want to be creative here. Survivor Series.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna have Kirk Angle in one, Ric Flair, and the one and only Ricky Morton. One all triple threat for the winner gets the nursing home remote control.
What are you talking about? What is
Man,
going on?
They,
you can't do that,
they,
man.
they get
You
the
gotta
remote control
respect
so
these guys.
so the nurse can come quicker.
I thought you were
You
gonna say
you
John
you
Cena.
you gotta respect these guys, man. You can't do that to my homies, man. That's not how it works down
Hey,
here.
I still want Ricky Morton in NXT for a developmental contract, but we'll move on from that. Oh, but after that, after all the shenanigans and all the shushing, we get Street Profits do come out for the aid, just to get it back, and they come out in the Pittsburgh colors, placating to the crowd. Now we have a lot to unpack with the crowd. They suck, plain and simple. That was the worst. One of the big next to Houston. The crowd in Pittsburgh were one of the worst crowds I've seen in WWE. And they suck. They suck. They were terrible. But let's get
Yeah.
back to they don't deserve. They didn't deserve to have that Raw in Pittsburgh. If I'm WWE, let them have the freaking AEW. Let them go see the Britt Baker, and I won't go to Pittsburgh for a while. That's just me. But
Yeah.
Now you're
back to the
talking.
Now
oof,
you're talking.
and if it was me, that's that. But the match, each and every week, I see Dawkins and Montez Ford taking their wrestling as a team, as an individual, to another level, as well. Alpha Academy as well. I'm not gonna Chad Gable and Otis keep elevating each and every week. That match, it sucked that stupid crowd again had to watch that match because it was a banger of a match. You have Dawkins flying all over the place. Listen, he pretty much tackled Dawkins until next week, and I think Zach Braxton almost pooped his pants when he saw that 300-pounder coming at him. Man,
You saw that pounce, man?
That's
Oh,
every
that's
time.
crazy.
Yeah.
talk to me,
Yeah.
Pete. Give me all that match. Oof.
Oof, I mean, like you said, the crowd did not deserve that. They did not deserve that banger of a match. That match was great, like hands down, because obviously the Street Profits, they always are amazing. Alpha Academy also, they are amazing too as well. I mean, come on, but this crowd just they ruined it for me, to be quite honest. But honestly, this match amazing. I want to see them again, to be again.
Indeed. We get the street prop, and before I even mentioned the match had stipulation. I apologize for not even bringing it because I got so worked up with the damn crowd. The stipulation is the winner. If Alpha wins, Kirk Angle had to be the new member. So they're kind of teasing because this is now 2 weeks in a row. They've been saying they're looking for a new member for Alpha Academy. They want to add a facet. They want to be 3-man or possibly 4. And maybe down the line we'll see maybe who will join. It's interesting because we kind of tippy-toed over that and it went over our heads last week. And it's going now. They re-edited it again. I thought because they were because of the Kirk Angle situation. But let's see if next week they say that they want to add another member. It'll be interesting if they will bring another member. But Samurai, did you like that stipulation or what was your thoughts on that? Because I haven't heard from you for a little bit on that stipulation of Kirk Angle.
I mean, it was weird. I mean, immediately I thought of World's Greatest Tag Team. Like legit. I mean, except the roles being reversed. I mean, I don't know. That's what it gave me vibes of. Him taking over the Alpha Academy, making it just like kind of like a World's Greatest Tag Team 2.0. And I don't know. I just felt like it was kind of unnecessary. I mean, I kind of figured they were going to not win anyway. I don't know. Just they want to send the crowd like into like a frenzy. If they did win, that's probably what they were going for.
All right, I'm glad you mentioned that. I want to throw this around to everyone. When you saw that stipulation placed there, now back in the old regime, you would have saw Alpha Academy getting their wish. When they throw that stipulation, it's like, oh, that's what's going to happen. Kind of tipping their hand. With this, what is refreshing with this new creative, anything can happen. Anything can happen. You don't know what to expect. Did you feel that same way, Heel, or what was your thoughts?
Not exactly. All I thought to myself was, you know what? This right here has the potential to steal the show right here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And I was like, I'm so into it. Let's go. Let's just get into it. Because we all know the Street Profits right now are arguably, if not the best tag team in all of wrestling. Alpha Academy. They're just so entertaining right now. And Chad Gable is so talented in the ring. And Otis, he's what he does. He's what he do. Let's just do it. Let's get it on. Why not?
All right. Your thoughts there, Pete, on that stipulation?
I don't know, that stipulation was kind of weird, them doing that because like you said, if it was the old regime, most likely it would have been the World's Greatest Tag Team 2.0, but I can't really bang around that situation, but it was okay. I mean, obviously Street Profits winning was a great thing, but decent match, kind of a weird stipulation though.
All right, Terrence, give me your thoughts on that stipulation, and also tell me, and we'll send it. But once you finish, we'll send me if you liked it or not. That splash that Ford nailed. My God, he gets that splash was one of the crispiest splash in wrestling.
I mean, like I was actually like kind of lean towards what everybody else was saying. Like it was okay, but I also like the more I heard everybody talk, it was just like I had a little bit more time to think, and I was like, you know what? They probably just did that because they realized they were in Pittsburgh and they heard the crowd for the majority of the night before they came out there. So I think that was just another thing to try to like get the crowd a little bit more invested and try to quote unquote have them make a little bit more noise to where if it did happen, if Kurt did happen to join them, then it will make things a little bit more interesting. The crowd will boo a little bit more or whatever. But also, like, eventually, what happened? Um, there wasn't really much of crowd involvement in that anyway. And they make their little cheers and stuff like that, but I think more so they just did that little stipulation to try to like poke out the crowd and get them more a little bit more invested in it. So that's how I saw that. Um, now you said the splash thing. Oh man, you talking about when Otis got built over the announcer's table, right?
That's another one. That's another key moment there. That he got pushed into next week. He's still rolling into
Yeah.
next week.
Yeah, I was not expecting that.
Yes.
Because you got to think Otis is a big guy.
Yes.
He's bigger than your boy that just hit him over the
Yeah.
table, and I wasn't expecting him to fly over like that. And he not only flew, but like you said, Saxton. I think this is every week. He damn near anytime somebody else comes to the announcer's table, I think he shits his pants every week.
Yes.
Excuse my language, but I think that happens every week just because you can tell by him and Corey going at it all the time that there's some beef there going between there. So obviously that angle there was just him flying over that table. And I don't recall. I'm trying to figure out the splash that you're talking about because I didn't
the frog splash to get the pin that he just elevates. Yeah.
Oh yeah, man. I think he could have he got high. He got pretty high. I think he could have got a little higher, but but because of where his opponent was in the ring, because he was a little bit more far out, so he had to kind of like cover that ground a little bit more. But he got high. I think he could have got a little higher though. But still, whether he got higher than that or not, that was pretty fucking, that was amazing.
Awesome. Yeah, I agree with you on that there.
And I just wanted to say like one more thing that I think. Yeah, we had the Edge thing and the Judgment thing going on, like to begin the night. But I think that's where, in my opinion, Ross started to, have me a little bit more invested.
Okay.
Like, at that angle, when Kurt Angle came out and everything started to roll. That's when I started to like, oh, Raw's rolling now.
I can see where you come with that because I'm going to get to the next segment. But anyone has any final thoughts before I get to the next segment? Because this one's going to be a little spicy going forward. We're good? All right. The next segment here that got me spicy was that interview. And, of course, between Matt Riddle and Seth freaking Rollins. Oh, my God. Talk about an interview that started off first like a WWE promo, and then when they go to commercial and they come back moments ago while we were away, that's why we were like, stop going to freaking commercials, leave it there juicy. It was phenomenal from Riddle acknowledging, because we all know that Becky is the wife of Seth Rollins, but they never really mention it. They don't placate it too much, like Ford and Bianca, and so forth. We know, but we really don't know, kind of deal. But he went there, and man, and then Samurai. Then I'm going to Samurai first. Then you hear Rollins just hit right back. We're off camera, like for saying we go off the air right now, and I just come and I say, don't you ever, and it was like, whoa. It was, and then Riddle gets mad. It was. Let me Samurai talk to me. Talk to me? What do you thought about that? I mean, did that take that to another level for you?
It actually kind of broke the fourth wall in a sense, because like, you never hear them go off the cuff like that. I mean, I feel like they needed to do that just to spice up the match, get you hyped for the match that they're gonna have on Saturday.
Indeed, and not only that interview, I wanted to mention they had like a footage. It was like recorded from like a camera phone, where them going at it in the parking lot. And before the event started. Terrence, if he wasn't invested in Middle and Rollins, that has to tip that must have tantalized your juices.
I don't know about tantalize my juices there, boss, but that was pretty amazing. I think Papa H is pretty amazing with this run so far that he's had. bringing back everybody and then having these storylines and stuff like that. I seen that post of them fighting, and somebody mentioned that something about Full Sail. I don't think it was Full Sail, but it looked like he was in the parking lot of a Full Sail event. So I was like, wait, are they in town for NXT or something? What's going on here? But
That's
to lead
funny.
into that, yeah.
I heard somebody say that Triple H he went to the parking lot of NXT, the most dangerous parking lot in the world.
I mean, the main roster or something like that, yeah. And then to lead into the interview, like for the initial part of the interview, I thought it was pretty cool. Obviously, you got Rollins carrying it, but you got the typical Riddle, doing this thing or whatever, and then ending it with "Oh, you're not the only man in the household" or something like that. But then to come back and initially it caught me off guard too, because like when they come off break and they show moments ago, usually when they show moments ago, it's like a replay of what just happened or what we just saw. I'm thinking, no, they're gonna show that because they still had the same side by side camera angle. But then like when I started to listen and I heard it and I seen like the demeanor of Seth more so than Riddle switch because he wasn't in character. I was like, and then I heard what he was talking about. He said, "Yo, bro, you here? You there, bro?" Whatever like that. And he just went off on him. Like y'all gonna learn this a little bit more about me, but I like to like recite things and kind of like say them as they just happen. Just like like, yo, bro, Riddle, you there? You there? Yeah, I'm here, bro. I'm here, bro. Talk about my family. Let's talk about your family. Oh wait, you ain't got one because your wife divorced you and took the kids. They don't want to see you anymore, huh? What would you just say? You heard me, bro. You heard me. I ain't gonna go through the whole thing, but just that was another level. Like that was insane. Like even as Raw went on after that, I was just still thinking about that. Like, wow,
There were
they was
F-bombs being
testing the
thrown.
limits. Yeah, they was pushing those limits for real.
It was crazy.
They pushed the boundary just enough to where it wasn't as bad. It wasn't. It wasn't. It was good. I'm not gonna say it was bad. It was really good. But they pushed the envelope just a little bit too close to the edge.
Yeah.
To where they had to like literally drop the F-bomb like what 3 times.
And then Rollins comes in, started calling the man a female dog and all of this. But you could tell the intensity and real. I was telling somebody this the other day. I really didn't believe that they had like a real. Well, I believe that they had like a real life thing, but I thought it was like over with or whatever. So I don't know if it's just like a continuation of it on screen, or if it's just something to rehash and kind of make the storyline a little bit more, much more viewable for the audience and to see the match or whatever. But regardless, man, this is intense to say the least.
It is intense. Let me ask Pete. Pete, if you're a casual, and same question goes for you, Hill. If you're casual and you see this, you want to watch this, invested? Because of course they let us know Riddle MMA background. Of course everyone knows Seth Rollins, Monday Night Messiah, Shield. Invested, yeah or nay?
Hell yeah! You telling me they're going back and forth? If anybody didn't notice that little bit when Seth said it, if he's still there, that was basically a little bit from the UFC John Jones Daniel Cormier ESPN moment. Yeah. So when he said, "Hey, are you still there?" I was like, "Oh boy," because you already know once they think the cameras was off, they were gonna go off the rip. But as just any regular fan, you really wanna see this because this is gonna be insane. Because for a fact that once they meet in the ring, they're gonna rip each other's heads off.
Yeah.
I'm really invested too, because when things got really personal with me, especially in my matches, sometimes I would hear over on the commentary table, and I'm gonna use the same commentary for this little feud too. Ooh, things are getting a little too personal now here, John. And I'm really invested now. Let's go. I want to see this. I want to see them tear each other apart.
I mean, it's strategy because if you think about it, I don't know about. I can't speak for everybody else, but going back to the SummerSlam, well, what was supposed to be the SummerSlam match? Everybody was complaining and like, "Oh, Riddle, he's supposed to have this big moment and fight Seth, and they didn't have this match, so like they're not gonna have it. What was the point even like building it up just to not them just for them to not have the match at SummerSlam? Well, now you're starting to see Papa H is building it up slowly but surely and making it even better to where when the match does happen, it's gonna be insane.
Yep.
Indeed, indeed, yeah, that's gonna be insane because we're all waiting. You know, we missed you in the last premium live event. You guys didn't go at it. You guys battled that brawled outside, and now we're finally gonna get it. It's like we're finally gonna get this match there. It'll be interesting to see on Carter Wales on Saturday how this match goes and how long they give them. This is going to be a quick match. Is this going to be a barn burner classic? There's so many storylines that possibility. This could be someone that it could end fast because it could be a really strong match that we're like whoa instant classic. So it'll be interesting because we've seen Riddle give classics even with against Roman on that SmackDown. That was a freaking classic of a match.
Yeah, that was
right.
pretty good. That was
good. We shall see with that there. I'm excited to see where that goes with those two. Seth Rollins says, put away aside. He goes, I still got aspirations for the world title. I haven't, let me deal with you real quick. And then I'm going to go for this world title. So a lot of possibilities, a lot of people who look like they're gunning and coming for those unification titles. You also see not, little spoiler, just not just Seth Rollins. We'll talk about that in a few. But everyone's gunning for the unification titles. Seth Rollins unification in next Roman opponent. Who's agreeing? Who would like to see that? Matter of fact, let me ask the panel. Go around real quick. Yes or no? Heel?
Yeah.
I really would like it. I think it makes a lot of sense.
Pete?
Oh, most definitely. Yeah. Like you said, it makes a lot of sense for this to happen, though.
All right. Samurai?
Indeed, I would like to see everything like that.
All right, and Tribal Chief, would you willing to give him a title shot when you
Everybody wants a shot. Everybody wants a shot at the Tribal Chief. What I was gonna say was, this is like we're back in the Shield universe because like not only does everybody want a piece of the Tribal Chief, low key, you think, and obviously Seth Rollins is gonna get his shot at the Tribal Chief again, but everybody wants a piece of Seth Rollins too, and quote unquote AEW John Moxley. But to steer clear of that and stay in WWE, everybody wants a piece of the Shield basically still, because let's say Cody Rhodes comes back, right? As Seth is getting ready to, let's just say maybe possibly get in the program with Roman Reigns. Here comes Cody. He's back. He's healed up. There's another roadblock. Even though I feel like that feud should be over with. But yeah, everybody still wants a piece of the Tribal Chief. So I was nice to see that happen again.
You're right. We forgot about the Cody roadblock with Seth Rollins. I mean, everyone says that's over, but we kind of felt like there's some finished business. At least one more type of stipulation match. We shall see. Or maybe Cody eliminates Rollins and that's his revenge at the Royal Rumble. Who knows? There's so many different things there. Yeah, that could be a way of where you don't lose heat on Seth Rollins, but you also pick up Cody momentum by just tossing him over the ropes. I mean, just throwing it out there. It'll be interesting there because there's a lot of possibilities. They got coming up a lot of fantasy booking, a lot of interesting storylines. What direction would they go? Well, like you said, Papa H, how Triple H will go with the creative. It's phenomenal because it's not boring because let's face it. After WrestleMania, we already kind of thought it was going to go Randy Orton, Riddle, Randy Orton, McIntyre was going to, Takashi, if the whole regime and no injuries, we kind of like, so why are we watching this? We already know that already who's going to be the next opponents. Now, if I'm telling you here into Royal Rumble, you don't even know who's going to be even champion. No disrespect to the Tribal Chief. We don't even know who's the champion, who will be the champion, and who's going to be the main eventers. Who's going to challenge? Could it be a triple threat? Could it be fatal four-way? Could it be, anything. And that's what's great about this right now, especially being a wrestling fan. The endless possibilities of where direction will they go next, I think gets us all
Exactly.
invested.
Exactly. And Don, you know what's another interesting thing that we got going on here? Has there been anybody in the history of WWF, WWE that's had as much momentum as Seth Rollins does, and he hasn't won a freaking match in a long time? I can't think of anybody that has that type of momentum because
I
even though
think
he's going into the match with Matt, and it seems like obviously, well, it seems like Matt is the underdog, and yet Seth hasn't won a match in a while. I don't think anybody has ever had that going for them like that. That Seth
I
is
got
freaking awesome
I
too.
got one name.
I do too.
Go ahead, Hugh. I'll go to you
Go
first. See if you
ahead,
got the same one.
John Cena. Is
He,
that what you
he,
gonna say, John Cena?
he reminds me a little bit of Chris Jericho, where towards the Kevin Owens run. Doesn't because imagine Chris
Mhm.
Jericho, my man, he lost to Fandango at WrestleMania, and that still didn't demolish anything of what he had going for him.
Well,
Trust me. No,
well,
don't
you
you
got you
dare.
got you got Matt Riddle and you got Fandango. Who are you gonna pick though? Honestly,
No,
who you
that's
gonna
not.
pick? Who you
That's not.
gonna pick? No,
Listen,
no,
if
go
you
ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
listen, if you're gonna have the picture of the tribal chief, at least try to act like him. But anyway, point is, man,
It's
it's like
Fandango. Though.
there are those certain wrestlers, like I said, that could lose 100 matches before, and they just don't get affected because they're really built up. And right now, like I said, Seth Rollins is one of those guys. Chris Jericho is one of those guys. Roman, when he loses the title, is going to be one of those guys.
Yeah.
There's just a few of those guys that are on those rosters, both on AEW and WWE. And of course, I'm
Okay.
one of those guys too. And that's just the
Okay.
way it is.
Okay.
All
Okay,
right.
And
doctor.
yeah,
We got an acknowledgement from King Slayer to our tribal chief. I acknowledge the Roman Reigns and the
There
Usos
you
were
go,
the
King.
one. Yeah,
There you go,
salute King
King.
Slayer.
Talk to
I,
him.
I
Talk
I
to
got
he's
another
talk,
name there.
he's talking
Go
about the
ahead.
real one.
him.
I got another name that never lost his heat, and man, God, he was there for many years. It's, the late Roddy Piper.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, that's the one
Okay.
right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one there. Well, we go to the
All right.
next part one that I know Hiosina likes as well. It's the Miz taking on Bobby Lashley for it was a United States title match. They mentioned
Oh, sorry to interrupt,
and
but Randy Orton's
Oh.
another one.
Randy Orton. Yeah,
Oh
you're
yeah.
right.
Ain't gonna lie,
Now,
that's my dog too.
now this is the first time I see Miz back from being kidnapped by Dexter Lumis, but he got Tommaso Ciampa. Well, let's face it, Matt Riddle got his name Matt back, so hopefully Tommaso gets his. They put Tommaso in front of Ciampa now, and they're coming in, and Miz looks like he's traumatized. And as he's walking by the security, he takes a look, and look who's there. Hey,
I didn't notice
um,
that at first.
yeah, and I love it when they switch back to the security guard, and they looked at the security guard, and security guard almost broke
Hmm.
character. That little
Yeah.
smirk, that smirk was there. He had a, kind of acknowledges, hold his lips. That was hilarious. And before we even get to the match, that whole setup, that whole angle, it's got people invested. I know you're a Miz Mark. What's your thoughts on this play cleaning there with Dexter Lumis?
Ooh, uh, obviously, the sad part is I had to put this guy over, all the way back in 2011, but it was well worth it because The Miz is now officially one of the best wrestlers in the world, and I gotta tell you, right now he's been one of the best storylines right now in wrestling, and I'm entertained by this guy. And a lot of the things that WWE does is just right. And right now, the Miz is being used right because I think what he's gonna do is he's gonna help get Dexter Lumis over. He's also helping Tommaso Ciampa get over. I mean, the Miz is just. I mean, he's a phenomenal guy that can help a lot of wrestlers. I mean, he even helped your guys, Brian Danielson, Daniel Bryan, whatever you're going to call him. He's also helped Damian Mizdow expand his career for another year or two. I mean, There's nothing this guy can do that's not great. So yeah, I'm really excited for this. Let's go, Miz. I guess.
Yeah, Pete, your thought of the match there. Miz tried to gain an early advantage on Bobby Lashley by charging him. However, the A-lister got tossed around by the Almighty before hitting him with a vertical suplex. And then Ciampa providing some assistance for the Miz. But there was a chance there where Miz turned the match over and possibly an upset there. And out of nowhere, the back and forth, Miz looks into the crowd, and up in the stands, you have none other but Dexter Lumis again with his pretty face out there. Tell me your thoughts.
Oh man, this is amazing. Dexter's just straight up terrorizing the Miz the entire time, and you just see him just pointing up, trying to tell Champa he's over there, and then when he looks, he just disappears. That's the funniest thing ever, man. Yeah, man, this can't get any better. I love this segment with the Miz and Dexter is it's always funny, man. It's great.
And that's one of the few times the crowd actually got excited, for Dexter Lumis because he was in the crowd with all that. That minor distraction allowed Lashley to hit the Hurt Lock and get the win on the Miz. Samurai, I like the finish there, but what's your thoughts on the whole Dexter Lumis angle up to that part into the arena until you see him in the arena? What was your thoughts?
I thought, well, this can't possibly go wrong. I mean, realistically, how is it that nobody but the Miz sees Dexter Lumis? I mean, let's forget about the crowd for a second. But how does nobody else not see Dexter Lumis up there? Like, I mean, all you gotta do is just turn around; he's right there. I mean, I love where they're going with it. Don't get me wrong. I feel like they can do more with it if they really choose to.
Just to give you a insight, they did this kind of angle years ago in WCW when Hulk Hogan was seeing the Ultimate Warrior. He saw him in the mirror. That was a two-way mirror, of course. It was the Ultimate Warrior. When the Warrior made a brief appearance back at WCW, Stan Hogan was the only one seeing the Warrior popping out everywhere and driving him a little bit nuts. I don't know. I don't know what angle is. I'm not saying it's exactly the same, but there comes a little parallelity there with that angle. I want to see. Yes,
it actually kind of reminds me of The Undertaker and DDP back in like the early 2000s.
I was just going to say that.
Yeah.
When
Undertaker on Booker T.
When DDP was stalking Sarah, that's what it reminds me of.
Okay, yeah, you know what? That's a good one. I was gonna say Boogeyman as well when he was terrorizing people in his day.
The Boogeyman.
So we get the victory from Bobby Lashley. Then we get to backstage where we see Adam Pearce asking Miz or telling Miz that he was released because he didn't press charges, and Miz doesn't want to talk about it. It's like there's something more to the storyline that is. I love it that it's taking its time to tell a story. I know he likes a good storytelling and a good long program, long term. I like it. I know there's some marks out there that are already impatient and they're already, what did Dexter Lumis? Relax. Let it marinate, like Ego says. Let it marinate. Let the long-term storyline go. He'll give me an hypothesis or a theory, what you think could possibly be what's involved in a storyline between these two.
I think it's just gonna help Lumis get over a lot more, and then eventually he's gonna go into greener pastures, such as being like almost like another dark psycho. And then I think his gimmick is gonna lead to him almost being like, oh, what's he gonna do next? I mean, he's kind of already doing that, but you get what I mean. Like he's gonna move on from the Miz and Ciampa in the future, and he's gonna end up just terrorizing people, leading into fuse, and it'll be a solid mid-carder. Maybe mid-eventer if he's lucky.
Okay. Pete, what? Let me give you the creative there. What do you think is going on with that? Your thoughts?
I mean, I feel like the payoff is basically going to be a match at a pay-per-view at some point. I do like the long-term storytelling. It's very funny, especially this storyline. This is great. This is funny at times too as well. But I can't wait to see what comes out of this.
Right, I agree with that. Now he doesn't want to press any charges, Terrence. So Miz wants to go home. He says, "You know what? This guy is terrorizing me. He wants to go home to his beautiful wife. He gets in the car, and let's say you're driving the car, and this shows up. What? Oh my God! That ended the night in a hilarious fashion.
Yeah. Honestly, I thought that was gonna be like, I guess it is similar to that, like to the Undertaker Stephanie angle or the Undertaker Theodore Long angle, but just in reverse. But as far as just this storyline, you want to go home. You want to go home, and then like how he was talking to Adam Pearce, telling him like he didn't want to talk about last week, and then like not only on top of that, now he's going to be in a match with Bobby Lashley for the title, so he has a lot more things to think about and worry about, I should say. But this is just all around a good comedic storyline to me. I think I don't know. I think it's just me being hopeful, but maybe there's some kind of way they can include the women in this one, Indy and Maurice.
I'm glad
At
you
some
mentioned
point,
that.
maybe.
Yeah,
I'm glad
I
you
want to see.
mentioned that.
I want to see Dexter hit on Maurice and then just disappear.
Yeah.
No, I'm glad you mentioned on that. Not only that was Corey Graves gave us a rundown and let us know about Indy Hartwell, and he did a good job recognizing. And of course, last week he ended up being in NXT, and before getting arrested, before Miz dropped the charges, just to kind of put for now a closure on Indy Hartwell. Now, Samurai, I like the fact that they're talking about the history there. Do you see an Indy Hartwell joining Dexter Lumis and whatever situation could going forward, especially Maurice gets involved? Or we've seen her tell everyone in the WWE universe that Mrs. Testicles are not that massive. I'm just saying.
I mean, I wouldn't bring the massive testes into it, but yes, I would love to see Maurice and Indy Hartwell get into it. I mean, that'd be something to write home about.
It'd be funny.
I mean, especially since they are married kayfabe wise. Dexter and Indy are.
What if Dexter just accidentally appeared in an episode of Ms. and Mrs. and the Miz didn't even know it?
Yeah.
Cool.
That'd be cool. That's a good
I'll
one
start
there.
watching it then.
Yeah, that's a good one.
watching
Yeah, Dexter Lumis is all over it. And in one of the episodes, I got a guy following me, and then it's just Dexter. And then he says, He goes, honey, I got the exterminator coming in, and it's just Dexter. Just
He's just
that'd be
standing at the door
hilarious.
with his face
With his-
just looking like
With
that.
his tools, he's spraying. You see him spraying, whatever the exterminators do, and then okay, and then Miz looks and it's
Get out.
Dexter doing it. That's hilarious. Let me mute for a moment. Oh man, that was hilarious. But we shall see there. I'm invested to see this. I want to know what the hell Dexter's doing. Why is he tantalizing or tormenting Miz? What's the reason behind it? Did he get?
But we also have to take into account is as Corey Graves says all the time. He's not an active pro. He's not a contracted wrestler. I can't speak. So who's letting him in the building?
Exactly. How's he
Yeah,
getting in the building?
Kayfabe, he's not really signed yet.
Yes, he's not really signed. What it leads to that. And let me throw this out there. Anyone think? And I think Pete, you mentioned it. I think it was you or Jay. Anybody thought it's Ciampa pulling the strings? Trying to drive Miz nuts.
Yeah,
NXT buddies.
I thought of that because Tommaso Ciampa used to be the Psycho Killer,
that's right.
so he could be doing that just to get the Miz out of his life, so he can go back to being the Psycho Killer he used to be.
I can see that.
Give him that
Yeah, too.
stop being a sidekick essentially to get that main
The
role.
Miz.
All right.
That's probably why he
So
looks like that every time he comes out with the Miz. You ever notice
That's
that? Like
true.
when he comes out and they show like kind of a close up, you see how Ciampa or Tommaso, I'm gonna say it, Tommaso, I'm manifesting his name coming back in the future. You see how he looks when he comes out with the Miz, and he like when he doesn't look at the Miz and the Miz kind of looks away. You see how he's like, oh, I can't wait to get this guy. You know, it's just kind of like that kind of look like, why am I in this storyline? You know, like he looks like it doesn't look right.
You could go the funny, almost like DXS route where the Miz goes to Triple H. He's like, "Can you please just fire Dexter Loomis, please? Like he like really creeps me out, whatever." Triple H's like, "I'm not gonna fire him." He's like, "What do you mean?" "Oh, like we just hired him, man. Plus he's an excellent talent. The ratings have been really good since he appeared, and plus he makes a mean coffee, and it's Dexter just making Triple H's coffee, or something like that." Like yeah. Yeah, and then and Dexter's like, and then Miz is like, "So why do you terrorize me, man?" Then Dexter's like, "Because it's fun." Or
Well,
something like that. I don't know.
you also have to know that Dexter doesn't talk. He uses his paintings to interpret what he wants to say.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying though, like you can go the funny route with him or the serious route. Either way, it'll be entertaining.
All right. That means I do a little housekeeping. Let me go on to the next part here. We'll see what happens with the pulling of the strings. I want to give first Jay the proper credit from us friends on NXT, part of the Heel the Ring podcast of the NXT Mafia that goes there. He came down. He told us that on the line there, so he'll be on to the NXT program in a bit. Let me move on to the next segment here. We get a promo. We get a promo. I thought a freaking good promo. I really enjoyed this promo a lot. We have the Usos coming out with the new member of the Bloodline, or this redheaded stepchild of the Bloodline, Sami Zayn, came out and cut a promo how they're going to celebrate Roman's 2-year anniversary of being the world champion.
Oh boy.
And it was phenomenal. And now comes the music. Soon to be joined by Kevin Owens himself, and they cut the promo. I love that. That promo was phenomenal because, especially what Kevin Owens says to Jay, I guess we're here for what we came for. Let's come here what we came for. Let's fight. And he just drops the mic. Get a referee out here, and that was freaking bad ass. Terrence, talk to me.
I enjoyed that entire. I'm a fan of everybody that's in that ring at that moment in that segment. To be honest, that entire segment, including the match, was pretty dope, pretty awesome. Great storytelling, especially between just Kevin and Sammy, where Sammy is kind of like playing a little like he doesn't want to like admit the truth or whatever, and like he want to just kind of be like that. I don't know what the word is for it, but to be kind of blind to the fact that
he doesn't want to pick a side.
That the Usos and Roman are not really with him. And then also, on the other hand, when Jay mentioned that was his boy, he was like a little hesitant. He's like, technically, it's my boy, or something like that. The highlight of the night for me for that segment was that handshake between him and Jimmy, and he said bet. He ended it with bet, and then he goes to Jay, and Jay's just locked. He's just locked in with Kevin, and he just ignored him. Man, I enjoyed that entire thing, bro. That entire match segment portion of it, that was awesome.
That handshake looked like they worked a lot on that handshake.
Definitely.
That was weird.
That was a highlight right there.
But that, go ahead, Hio.
I still like the whole storyline with Sami Zayn, where he feels like it feels like that nerd in school that finally gets to hang with the cool kids. You know what I mean? Yeah, he's just like, dude, I'm finally in. And he's like, okay,
yes, I get it.
Yeah.
Look at me, Mom.
Yeah.
I'm cool.
I'm a cool kid now. Yeah.
All he has to do is just dye his hair black or something like that.
Yeah.
Let me ask you.
Speaking of which, Don, not interrupt you.
No, go ahead.
Remember when you said the redheaded stepchild of the Bloodline? I seen that sign on Monday. I don't know if you saw that in the crowd.
I saw that.
Like, are they listening to the podcast?
Yes, they are. Because yes, they are. Yes, they are. They are. That was phenomenal. Shout out to that fan that put that sign there, the redheaded stepchild from the Heel the Ring podcast. That was phenomenal, man. I know if you're listening, thank you for getting us over there, and man, that was phenomenal. That was good. I saw it. I was like, oh yes, that's one of the best feedbacks when people put a saying or slogan that anyone uses. That's why I always tell you guys, you never know who's listening, who's watching, or who's keeping there. So that's why we want to, I kind of want to keep everything in. Organized, because you never know who's listening and who could we be impact. So it's fun. That's why thank you guys for that guy who wrote that sign. And those who want to take a clip or a saying here, go for it. That's what we want. We want that exposure. We thank you. And this match. Now let me ask a question. Does someone have I hate you type of look or I can't stand you? Then Jay, he has the best expression I hate you in pro wrestling. My God, he's like that face, like dude, I can't stand you. Man, that was man. The match, you know what? What didn't they call him? What main event Jay? What was his nickname before? Main event Jay. Man, he's got something there. If they I like the Usos as a tag, don't get me wrong, but that match as a singles competition, my God, from Jay hitting super kicks, an Uso splash, Owens kicking out, the near fall. My God, heel. Talk to me about that in-ring work between the chemistry and the in-ring work between these two guys, man.
Oh, like Kevin Owens and this whole thing was just like whoever wrote this and booked it. They did it so sexy with the storyline and everything. I was really into it. Especially, and Sami Zayn in there was just like the perfect cherry on the top. It was just like everything was sexy and nice flowing. I loved it. I was really into it.
Yeah, Pete.
Yeah,
it was great.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, I always liked Kevin Owens. I always liked him, and this match, it was great, especially for Sami Zayn hesitating to hit him with the chair and stuff. I was like, yeah, this is gonna be great, and especially if Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn go back together, and probably to face the Usos for the titles. Who knows?
That's what it's pushing towards that way. It looks like it. Although, I'm gonna let Samurai go real quick, and then I have a thought on that. Although, I'm gonna leave it there. Let me hear your thoughts, Samurai.
Well, my thoughts are basically yes, it will. It will happen, but when will it happen? Maybe I don't know what the next pay-per-view is after Clash. I think it's
Survivor
Series.
Yeah.
There'll be two more premium before Survivor Series, though, guys.
Are you sure? Because I mean,
because Survivor Series is November 26th. So you're telling me from September 4th all the way to November 26th they're not gonna have a premium live event? I doubt it.
I mean, well,
Samurai, you got the internet? Just go on Wikipedia and then Google.
Unless they go to Saudi.
That's also in between there. Crown Jewels is in between that.
Yeah.
That's the beginning of November as well. So there's going to be at least two pay-per-view. That's why I say there's going to be two premium live events before Survivor Series.
Have they done TLC yet?
They have not done TLC.
You also have to remember that the Usos can't travel outside of the country. So how are they going to defend the titles? They're going to have to wait until Survivor Series to do that then.
We're getting a little bit off topic. There's going to be one more. Okay, go give your thoughts. I'm going to look for it right now, just to kill it out.
Well, my thoughts are basically, I mean, it's a long time coming. We all know that Sami Zayn is not he's good at everything that he does, but
Oh wait, Extreme Rules.
There you
go. Extreme Rules.
And if you ever got a question like that, Luther, like I said, there's this thing called Google. Use it. All I gotta do is put wiki at the end. WIKI.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I just feel like,
What do you mean you don't know? So you don't know how to use the internet?
No, I do.
Moving on.
Moving on, guys. Moving on. We can't have this every week.
I know.
Well, I don't know. Yeah, no, it's just really. I don't know. I feel like the whole angle was kind of good, and that the fact that Jay is like losing his mind over Sammy is kind of funny.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, so well.
Jay genuinely does not like Sami Zayn. You can
No,
see it.
no, you could see that. You could see that they can't stand each other.
Yeah. I mean, especially when Sammy said that he likes Jimmy, but then he's like, Jay, we're working on it. We're working on it. That
We
made
shall
me
see there.
LOL.
Well, we gets the victory there. Kevin Owens, of course, the distraction. Now that's why I remember I was saying. However, I'll go over to you, Terrence, in a minute. I know I didn't mean to skip you. However, I do would like to see kind of like, I'm not saying that it's same exact thing as a rock and sock connection, but Sami Zayn and Roman Reigns and the tag team, that gotta be interesting. You're a big you are the tribal chief here. Would you like to see that maybe a possibility? Kind of interesting. Yeah or no?
The interim tribal chief. I don't know. I never thought about that. Tribal chief and Sami Zayn. I'm trying to think. What was his name? Oh, the Great Deliberator. That's what it was. Tribal chief and the Great Deliberator. Huh. I was thinking more so along the lines of, even though they're already in the tag team, Jay Uso and Sami, just to see how that chemistry, because Sammy's trying to like try his hardest to impress him, and Jay is not having any of it. So I think that more so will be more of like a interesting, tag team.
I just, when you said that, and I don't mean to sound like a gorilla. I just thought of something in my creative. Let's say for some reason Jay gets they're showing him like a hothead, always upset. Let's say he gets upset and he pushes a referee or something, and like he's suspended. They suspend him. WWE has come down that Jay Uso has been suspended for putting his hands on an official, but the Usos need to defend their titles, or they will be stripped of their and they're gonna put an iron every Us, and then they go out there and they actually defend the title, and then there's a conundrum. Well, I defended these titles. I'm gonna be a part of the tag team, and now you're causing an all havoc there. That would be freaking phenomenal. Or they lose, or Sammy loses, and they go, and they beat him up because you plan us to lose our titles, and they, of course, the Usos regain it. They'll lose it. They'll drop it to some, Viking Raiders for some reason, just for 1 week, and then something along those lines. That'd be another interesting motive.
Right. I like where it comes from.
That first idea that you said, I like that.
I like that as well. It makes sense. Like if you think about it, because like, what better way to get Sami Zayn out of the bloodline than have him lose the titles to, I don't know, the Viking Raiders, or let's say Maximum Male Models. I don't know, it's a random tag team.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, I like that first idea that you were talking about. Like, I don't know how they would go about getting Jay, like, I guess maybe suspended, or like, because I think something a little different should happen as far as like hitting an official or something like that. Maybe like doing something similar to that. Maybe hitting kind of getting into some kind of situation with Adam Pearce or somebody like that or whatever. Then leading up to like for the rest of that part where you were just saying like having Sammy like substitute with Jimmy, and then have them defend the title. So like when Jay does come back, you'd be like, I defended the title, so like I have to be like an Uso now, like not an underrated one, but like an official. And then Jay still not having it, but whatever. But I don't know. That's an interesting idea. Hey man, talk to Triple H, bro.
Tell you, each week I say it. I live in Orlando. Performance Center is only a couple miles away. I just got to go up Chickasaw, make a right to where we got to go to where we, I'm not going to give it too much away, but I'm not that far. I'm not that far from the Performance Center. Call me. Well, we shot. That was a good one. I come, once like a broken clock. I get things right twice a day.
Let them know.
Now, let's go on now. I don't want to leave you out of anything you want to add to it. I just want to make sure.
No, everyone pretty much covered everything, and yeah, I think the way the Usos are gonna lose the titles is probably Sammy probably costing them the title.
You're probably right. We'll see. Well, no, it's interesting. It's interesting. It's fun because we don't know what those angles could go all over the place. Because again, I hate to sound like a redundant record. Anything could happen in the storyline wise,
Or
and there's so
Sammy,
many stuff.
or maybe Sammy and Kevin can win them.
That's what it seems like it. But
Yeah,
you want to, but so many different, but there's so many different ways of getting to a Sammy and Kevin joining. There's so many different ways that it can happen. It could be that way. You could do that if you want to do long term. You could do it that way, or if you want to do it, want to cut the cord immediately, where literally you could just Sammy wants to hit they want to hit him with a chair and he doesn't, and Roman gets distracted and dare I say lose the titles to Kevin Owens. There's so many different angles here.
the only thing I ask if creative, if Sammy and Owens do win the tag team titles, I want them to hold it at least until they pass Toronto or Canada one time. Because imagine that promo in
Oh,
Canada. Yeah,
Hmm. That'd be
that
awesome.
that
yeah,
state, that arena, the show would be sold out like this. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. Especially what we saw in Montreal a couple of weeks ago on that SmackDown. You
Sami
know,
Zayn,
Mm.
yeah,
that
yeah,
crowd,
yeah.
that was insane.
That
And you
was
could
insane.
just imagine him. Just put yourself in Sammy's shoes and just like pretend you're like entering into your hometown in Montreal. You can tell like when he went out there, he was feeling it. Like he was.
Yeah,
I bet
yeah,
there was like legit goosebumps for
yeah. With your
days.
best friend too, as a tag team championships, where
Yeah,
probably both of you won it in the same arena as you watched your first show.
And both
That,
your native country.
yeah,
that'd be
Yeah,
awesome.
that would be
Great.
freaking phenomenal. Speaking about world titles, we finally have the finals of the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship, where we will have Raquel Rodriguez and Aliyah taking on Dakota Kai and Io Sky. In the match here, I'm gonna say the match was interesting. Not a lot of bangy moves here. Though I wanted to see more of Io Sky fly. No pun intended in the match. But all in all, the match was good. It was telling a story here. Once again, you see Raquel Rodriguez taking the heavy lifting or brunt of the load here, and personally, everyone's focusing about Io and Dakota, but I thought there's a story within the story, and I'm gonna stick to what I first said about when I saw them in the finals. I'm still thinking, despite them being a team, there's something going on, and I'm gonna leave that there because I want to first get your thoughts. This woman title, we finally get to the finals. Pete, we get the match. What was your thought of the in-ring match? Don't give the winner just yet. We'll give it eventually. We're gonna give you who won, but the way the ladies, chemistry wise and match wise.
Chemistry wise, Raquel was basically just taking the bulk of the damage and the doing all the moves and stuff, while Aaliyah was just running and hiding, which was kind of weird. And then obviously Dakota Kai and Io Sky, great tag team moves. The chemistry is always on point for them, but just for Raquel and Aaliyah, it's kind of weird. It's kind of on and off.
Right. I'm gonna throw this to you, Terrence. I'm gonna give. We see now that match there, like he said, like he was saying, a lot of work from heavy lifting by Raquel Rodriguez. The match taking on both of these ladies, and although before that we get a conclusion to the match, we also see the EST Bliss Oscar run out Bailey, pretty much chase her away because they're gonna have that match on the castles, kind of leaving them 2-on-2, but it was still like a 2-on-1 with Raquel, and we see now the ending of the match, and I'm gonna throw that to you here. I want you to give me your thoughts too. The end of the match, we saw the fake tag taking a play out of Toxic Attraction because they used that to win, to get their win in advance. They used that same playbook where Aliyah, we didn't see it all match. She finally got on the apron, got the legal tag, fell on the ground and hid. And of course, a lot of controversy saying that Dakota wasn't the legal lady, but the referee acknowledged the tag. He should have started the 5 count because you got 5 counts to get in the ring. The match ending, Was it the kind of it was kind of clever in me because that's the only way you're really going to try to beat these ladies. We get new tag team champions in Raquel and Aliyah. Did you like that finish?
I liked it because of the unexpected portion of it, like the swerve part, I should say, of it. That's why I liked it. Like I said, I was like everybody else expecting Dakota Kai and Io Sky to win. So like either way, I would have been fine with it. But as far as just like the ending of it, because of the swerve factor, I enjoyed that. Um, but then like also like you said, and then if you go back to footage of it, you can see Dakota. I want to say Sky after her name. I don't know why. You can see Dakota's lips. She's saying that she wasn't a legal
Yeah,
competitor in the ring. It was actually Io. So somewhere down the line there should be a rematch. But as far as just like the result of that match, yeah, I'm fine with it. I'm not like the Twitterverse or whatever. Like they was having a
Oh,
complete
oh, they were not
meltdown.
having that.
Oh, this Raw
Bull and yada 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 and all of this crap. They only just saying that because they thought the Boston Glow was gonna come back. That's the only reason they were saying that. But
yeah.
if you look at it from like I said, like I told you guys earlier, I thought the show for me started off pretty well, going back to the Kurt Angle segment. From then on, I just enjoyed not to say I didn't enjoy this Edge and Judgment Day segment, but Raw for me was pretty good. Hell, it went over again 2 million viewers this week again.
Mhm.
So if that's a bad show, I would love to see what's a good one as far as Twitter goes. But the result for that match, I liked it as far as just that factor of it.
All right, heel.
Yeah, actually, when I was watching this, I went into it. I think like most people, I was like, oh yeah, Dakota Kai and Io Sky, they're probably gonna win it without any problems. And then, one by one, the anticipation started to build up because, Aliyah and Raquel Rodriguez, I believe is her name, they started to put up a fight and it was going back and forth, back and forth. And it was a pretty clean fight too, so it was easy to expand your disbelief. And then
Mhm.
at the last part of the match, the last few minutes, it was looking like maybe Io Sky and Dakota Kai were actually gonna take it, because I was ready for it too. I was like, oh, watch, it's gonna be the old fashioned, they sneak in a finisher or two or a good punch, and then the other one's in
Mhm.
the lookout, but
Yeah.
then the sneaky tag got me, and I was like, what? And then I did see the ref count, but he was counting for Aaliyah, and then that whole carnage started to happen, and I was just like, oh, okay. I was like, wow, this was a really big plot twist, and I
Mhm.
and I love the whole thing, and of course, in the back of my head, I'm like, Tony Khan, I hope you're watching. I'm like, this is how you do it. I'm like, it's not that hard. It's really not. And I'm just like, I was like, let's go. I was like, I actually really enjoyed this episode of Raw. I'm like, since her place has taken over, I'm proud to say there's been no bad episodes of Raw so far. Now, obviously, eventually there will have to be, because you know that's just life. All great things must come to an end. Will it be next week? We'll find out next time on BX Sports Jedi Z. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah.
All right. Samurai, you like your thoughts? You see Neo Sky. You see Neo Sky and Dakota, of course. Raquel, Aliyah, all NXT ladies. The match, the result, and did you like that swerve? Did it get you? Because I know your friend JD from New York was solely irate.
He actually was. It's so funny because he wasn't even mad at it. I mean, he was, but he really wasn't at the same time. But honestly, I kind of expected that to happen because, I mean, let's face it, right? Aliyah is just not good in the ring. She's not.
I thought she did good.
She did good. She looked really good
Yeah,
today in
I
that
mean,
match.
to an extent, yes, but that was towards the
better,
end
man.
of the match. I mean, she spent like 99% of the match outside the ring.
Mm-hmm.
Like selling the
Well-
the steel steps. Like I don't know. I just feel like it's not like it wasn't really the best like portrayal of her character, if that makes any sense.
No, it was, and I'll tell you why. Again, Samurai, this is where you need to pay attention to the story. They were trying to portray Aaliyah and even Raquel to some extent as the underdogs. Have you heard of that storyline before?
But I kind of get what Samurai is coming with, but that's why I keep saying two different things. I keep saying I'm still sticking with my first original thought was I think there's going to be a heel turn between Raquel or Aliyah, and I'm thinking everyone's thinking Raquel because she's the big baddie that will just destroy Aliyah, but I'm thinking it's Aliyah. She knows what they're gonna play it out where they know that she's the one that let her do the heavy lifting. I'm gonna come in and get the glory and steal it. And I think Raquel's gonna notice that, and that's when Aliyah's gonna flip. When they lose the tag titles, or maybe, no, who knows? They might end up doing what they did on NXT with Roxanne and Cora Jade. In history tends to repeat itself. Maybe they might throw that sprinkle in there. And let me ask you this, and I was thinking about this long and hard. First and foremost, that club, that Pittsburgh did not deserve to bring in that pop with Naomi and Sasha. One.
No.
They didn't deserve it. They didn't deserve it, and I'm glad that they didn't. If they were there, they didn't. They chose not to bring it out. Kudos to if they made that audible, and they did that because that's for good. That I was like, it's good. Maybe Kansas City, you want to throw a bone. We know what happened in Kansas City in that pay-per-view. We lost Owen Hart. Maybe that's the next Monday Night Raw. I'm not saying they gotta, that's not gonna replace. That's never gonna bring Owen Hart back. I'm not never. But I'm saying something with a big pop, because heavy hearts and heavy thoughts are gonna be there in that arena or in Kansas City on Monday. But also, I was thinking, I was saying earlier, I said, if Boss and Glow are returning and they're gonna take a match, why would you want the tag team champions in Io and Dakota to lose to Boss and Glow? Then you're like rewarding them, and then you don't want Sasha and Naomi to come back to lose, not be able to get the title. So it wasn't to me, it's a non-win-win situation.
Right.
So I'm like,
or what could be happening here is like, I don't know if you noticed, but there were 5 women in the ring.
Yes.
Bianca Belair, Asuka, Alexa Bliss, Raquel, and Aliyah. Sasha and Bailey are friends.
Best friends.
Yeah, exactly. So you could have let's say they come back as heels. You could have them join Bailey and Io Sky and Dakota Kai. You could set up like you could set up Survivor Series
exactly, man,
within the Raw brand.
Go for it, Samurai. Because now the women tag team champions could go on both brands now. They're the time champs. They are allowed to go both brands, and you set it up right. There was when I saw that 5, I said, oh, I thought that's what and of course War Games. Everyone, that's a popular saying there by Jay. War Games. I saw the 5 ladies, and I said, there's 3. The numbers game again. I said, perfect. They're gonna come out and what has been Bailey saying? Remember her promos? I came and got these ladies. Io and Dakota. They weren't even in the company. They every time she keeps rehashing that whenever she gets on the microphone with Cole and Corey Graves, whenever she kept going. Remember, if you want to replay that into the women's tournament, she keeps rehashing, re-saying that. This is how they came together. I went and got these ladies. That's the perfect way of saying I went and got these other ladies that left. And I said, no, we're going to take care of the damages. We're damage control because they're taking care of the damage that was set by Naomi and Sasha feeling that way. So they're going to come together and control the damage. That's just a thought out there. I think they threw that seed at us, and I think it's going to start flourishing little by little as we get little sprinkles going forward.
Right.
And Sasha and Bailey were the first women's tag team champions. So, you know,
We'll see
should
what
that'll
happens.
be a little hint. That can be a little hint.
That's a little hint because it might not be Naomi and Sasha returning as a team. You know, maybe they'll return, but they'll probably, you know, not. I'm not saying they won't be in separate ways, but like you said, Terrence, maybe it is Naomi and Sasha. I'm bringing my best friend. We're gonna get these titles. You know, you girls don't deserve it, and you know, maybe Naomi. You know, maybe you know,
Yeah.
you know, you don't want to lose that. You don't want to give Bailey and Bianca immediately. Where you know, I think they want to leave Bianca to hold the title a little longer. So you don't want Bailey to lose heat or lose a couple matches, but if you bring a Dakota or to lose maybe to Bianca or even Io, you still don't lose heat because all right, she got rid of one member of Damage Control. Next one, and then eventually to rest, then you might a Survivor Series, not even Survivor Series, because a Royal Rumble or even WrestleMania, maybe one of the Damage, you know, Bailey taking on wherever the woman title, if it's Bianca or you know so forth.
I mean,
building something.
Realistically, Damage Control could be like a faction. You know, it doesn't necessarily have to be like a one-time thing, like for say War Games or Survivor Series or whatever you want to call it. It could be a faction of 5 ladies. You know,
Right.
They are. All three are control. That's their name of the faction. Like the Judgment Day, they are Damage Control. They already declared that's their new faction.
yeah. I mean, I know, I get it. What I was saying was, I mean, it could be. They could do like the Judgment Day is doing and try and recruit more people, like they're doing Dominic Mysterio.
Right. Which that's what's gonna happen. I think Bailey mentioned that too. I think on SmackDown. I think that's what mentioned there. But all in all, it'll be interesting because we have Clash of the Castles this Saturday. Castle.
There you go. Take it down. Take it down.
Yes.
Are we gonna do the predictions for this one right now?
You want to? Let's
Sure.
do this one and then let's go with it. Do you have?
Well, I mean, it would make sense to do it now because SmackDown's a tape show. So.
Right. Pete, can you get us the card? Because I didn't prepare with the card for it. I thought I was going to do it different. If you have the card for us there, and read out the matches, and we'll give our thoughts on win and losses.
All right.
And as we all know one of the big matches, Riddle versus Seth freaking Rollins. We'll go with that one first. Terrence, your thoughts on that one? Who do you think comes out victorious?
I love both guys, but I'm gonna have to roll with Seth on this one. Just because, like, even though, you know, like I said, he has a weird momentum going. Like, it feels like it doesn't feel like he's a champion, but you know, it's Seth Rollins, bro. So like, I'm going with Seth on this one.
All right, we'll finish this one, Pete, and then we give me the next match. Pete, give me your thoughts on Riddle Rollins. Who do you like?
I like both of them a lot, but I want to give this to Matt. I want to give it to Matt, right? Because, you know, Matt Riddle, he's been great, especially now that he finally got his first name back. Thank goodness.
Mm-hmm.
For Matt, you know, he's on a mission. He's trying to get Seth after all the talking. Now, here at Clash at the Castle, this is going to be it. They're finally going to come together to freaking rip their heads off. So hopefully I want to see Matt Riddle come out on top.
All right, heel. Who do you like in this match?
I'm gonna go on a limb and say that Seth Rollins wins only because of like everything they're having Riddle do, like jump in the crowds or anything like that. Like, I think they're building up Riddle too much to the point where like they're gonna find a way for Rollins to win, rather it's like hook or by crook.
So you're taking Rollins.
Yeah.
As Samurai, your thoughts, winner. Who do you take?
Well, I mean, it's pretty obvious. I'm going to choose Matt Riddle because it's Matt Riddle. He needs to win more than Seth does because he actually was on the receiving end of a lot of Seth beatdowns. So it makes sense for Matt to win.
All right. Let's welcome to the program, doing his Peel the Ring debut, our main man, Justin. What's up, Justin?
What's up?
All right, man. We're going over predictions here of the Clash of the Castles. I pick one match first. We have Seth Rollins versus Riddle. Who do you like?
I'm gonna have to go with Riddle winning this.
All right, Riddle. You taking Riddle? And finally, my prediction is a no contest. I think there's going to be a no contest. I think they're going to get not thrown out. They're going to fight. They're going to get either disqualified, counted out, whatever, because I think eventually it's going to lead into a Hell in a Cell. Because it's so bad blood. I think that's what's going to – I think that either Steel Cage or Hell in a Cell match because, Seth freaking Rollins is going to be now the godfather of the Hell in a Cell after with that match with Cody. It looked so badass that I think they're going to want to exploit that because he did such a good program with Cody. I think they could do that with Matt. Remember, Matt is a former MMA fighter, and these guys hate each other. They want to go at it, and then you put it in a cage. You're like, "Ooh, that's a main event." I want to see these two guys because, they've been trying to get at it, but they just can't follow the rules, and we got to put them in a Hell in a Cell. That's just my opinion.
Oh yeah, we're getting closer to the return of Cody Rhodes too. It's been a couple months now.
I don't know if you remember, but what was the name of that match that Matt Riddle did in NXT with Timothy Thatcher?
Oh yeah, that cage match that they did. I know what you're talking about.
The Lions Den or something.
It was the pit match or something.
Yeah, the Lions pit, that match. I mean, I would much rather see them try and replicate that because it fits Matt Riddle more than a traditional steel cage.
It was called the Fight Pit.
That's what it's called. Yeah, Fight Pit.
Oh,
I mean, that makes it much more, I guess, realistic than
Good one there, Samurai. Good one. Kudos, man. That was a good one there. Nice one. Very good, man. Very good. Very good. Pete, give us another match.
All right, moving on to the next match with tag team match: Edge and Rey Mysterio with Dominic versus Judgment Day with Rhea Ripley.
All right, let's throw it to Terrence.
Judgment Day because of Dominic. Like I said, 95% Dominic turns. Judgment Day.
Same here with me. I'd say Judgment Day as well because the Dominic is probably gonna turn. So,
all right, heel.
It's a hard match to predict because I can see Judgment Day losing because it's in Europe and Finn Balor, but I can also see Judgment Day winning because Dominic could probably take the pin, or even Rey, arguably, just because for Rey because it won't affect him, and Dominic because he's new and he lost to a rookie mistake or something like that. But I'm gonna go on a limb here and say, I'm gonna just say. I don't know. I don't know. This is a very hard match to predict. You know what? I'm gonna go with the Mysterios. I'm gonna go with the Mysterios. I'm gonna go with the Mysterios win only because of help from Edge or something like that. I don't know.
No, it's Edge and Rey Mysterio. Dominic is just the manager.
I thought it was Mysterio. I thought Rey wasn't gonna wrestle. I thought it was Dominic. It was Dominic and Edge going at it.
Nah, because if you go back to the promo and you see Rey and Dominic had that promo backstage after the Kurt Angle thing, and it was the only reason I'm picking Edge or whatever is because he had some kind of experience or something to that effect.
Yeah, then
the only reason I'm choosing him, something like that. Yeah.
Then I'm gonna go on the limb here and pick Edge and Rey Mysterio. Then.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
I thought it was Dominic and Rey. Not bad.
That's what I thought too. Yeah. I thought it was Dominic. I thought it was Dominic and Edge for some reason. Justin.
I agree with Peter and Terrence. I think the same thing's
with
gonna happen.
Judgment
I
Day.
think Dominic's
Yeah.
gonna be turning on heel.
He could turn
Going
though.
Judgment Day.
I will say that he could turn.
Yep. Dominic
Samurai.
definitely is going to turn heel and cost his dad and Edge the match. I don't know how else you would, get to the conclusion. I mean, it's been on the walls for like months now. Dominic has to turn heel.
We're not saying we can't see it, but we're just saying we don't.
Well, I'm just saying. I'm just like, I'm just giving my insight. I feel like they need to have some kind of conclusion because Dominic needs to, like, I guess, get better in the ring. Well, not in the ring. He's actually good in the ring. He has to work on it. And with maybe a heel turn will actually help him with that.
All right. So you're taking Judgment Day. Yes.
Yeah, I'm taking Judgment Day.
I'm gonna go. Actually, I see a lot of Judgment Day, and then sometimes when that pushes that way, usually everyone. I think I'm gonna go with the Mysterios here to win, but I think Edge. I think Ray is gonna be so excited to win that he's gonna go hug Edge first, and that's when Dominic snaps. And I think that's where the heel turn comes. I still think they get the victory because everyone's thinking, oh, it's going to be Judgment Day's just going to get the win and he's going to turn on it or he's going to cause them to turn. I think Dominic gets upset about that. Or you took him as my tag team partner. You celebrated so excited and he's just going to snap on that, like after the match type of deal where Rhea says, go for it. And then he's going to do it. I just me thinking. So I'm going to take the Mysterios just to make a long story short.
That sounds like something similar to like when Becky first had her first heel turn in the loss. And there's like she was gonna give Charlotte a hug. It's like, oh, we can be friends and stuff like that.
What I would love is a simple spot where it's like they all beat the crap out of Edge and Ray. Then you have like Damian Priest or even Rhea Ripley like hold Ray. And then Finn Balor says in the middle of the ring with Dominic with the trays like, you got a choice. Either we'll beat, your butt too, or you can hit Ray and join us right now.
Well, I mean, they did that before.
They did that before. They could just say, look, you see, he doesn't they get after the match, they hug and all that, and they beat the crap out of them and go, see, he didn't even acknowledge you. He went to him first. Why they got after they hug and they acknowledge, they get beat up, and then he goes, you're right, and he just unwinds.
Yeah. Well, they can still like do that thing with him though. And still keep messing with his head.
Yeah, that too. Or maybe they walk away. They say, "See, he didn't even acknowledge you to help. With the match, he was more worried about pleasing Edge. Putting mind games.
Yeah, because the part that I disagree with them is like he doesn't have to turn exactly that night just because Triple H and company might say exactly that. It's too obvious, but they can still play with his head.
Right. Play with his head and maybe a Monday Night Raw or somewhere down the line. Yeah. Give us the next match, Mr. Pete.
Next match, I'm gonna do the championship matches last. So Bianca Belair, Alexa Bliss, and Asuka versus Bayley, Dakota Kai, and Io Sky.
Let's go with Justin first.
Oh man, this is gonna be a tough one. I'm gonna go with Io Sky, Dakota Kai, and Bayley.
Damage control. All right. Terrence.
Oh.
I think he's currently muted right now.
Maybe. All right.
My bad.
No, you're good. You're good.
What was the match? You said the 6-woman match?
The six woman trio match.
That's
Damage control versus Asuka, Bianca and
Io Sky.
Yeah. Well, damage control.
I think damage control needs some momentum because they lost Monday. So I'm gonna go with damage control.
Okay, so I'm gonna put that down. Samurai, your who do you like in this 6-woman trio?
I'm going with damage control here because like they do need the momentum after losing that match to the I guess I don't know what to call them to the to Raquel and Aliyah. So yeah, they need the momentum, and I think they're gonna win the match, obviously, because it's the way to go.
All right, heel.
I might go with Team Bailey, but yeah, this is another hard one to pick. But yeah, Team Bailey. I can see it going. I can see it going either way.
Damage control. All right, Pete.
I gotta agree with the mass here. We're going with damage control as well because, yeah, they really need that win, especially after that loss on Raw.
Yep.
All right, I'm also going with it's a clean sweep. We're all going to go with damage control, but I'm thinking. Here's the thing. I think Alexa Bliss turns on Bianca Belair.
I would think so as well. Yeah.
You have
damage control winning.
Everybody.
Yeah, you also have Alexa turning heel, which
Turning heel
makes sense.
But it's not. She's not going to join damage control. She's just going to turn heel, like get mad with Alexa, with Bailey because she got maybe Dakota moved out of the way and she got nailed by the EST, and she's just going to get pissed off, upset, and unless if they want to keep Asuka and Alexa together as a tag team, but I have a funny feeling they with that. Why I think Alexa's turning heel.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's that's the thing about this new regime. It's all unpredictable, and
exactly. And it's
keeps
fun.
You guessing.
Right.
It's fun. All right, producer, give us another match.
Now this match, I love this one. Gunther with Ludwig Kaiser versus Sheamus with the Brawling Brutes, Rich Holland and Butch. Ooh, this is gonna be a hard-hitting match. I tell you that.
For sure.
Ooh, let's see. Let's go heel. Who do you want? Who do you like this one, heel?
Well, like Pete said, this is when I picture this match, I picture like almost like reminiscence of like a New Japan match. I expect this to be like hard hitting, tense, some of that fella, but you know what? I think Gunther, since he's more new in the company than Sheamus, I think he could really use the win here against Sheamus. I'm going with Gunther.
Gunther, all right, Samurai.
Well, it's kind of like it's hard to really gauge, but I do think that Sheamus needs to win, but at the same time, I want Gunther to win.
Sheamus doesn't need to win.
Well, I mean,
yeah, he technically needs to.
It's they built it up as it's the only title he hasn't won, so he could win.
Yeah, I know he could, but he doesn't need to. If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Terrence.
I think, I'm going with Sheamus. I'm going with Sheamus all day, just because, to make Gunther a two-time IC champion, Gunther has to lose. And then once Gunther loses, he gets a rematch, and then he wins it back, just so he can say he's a two-time champ, and then build that momentum towards a possible future showdown with the champion of champions eventually. But for this match, I'll just say Sheamus.
All right. And Justin?
It's gonna be a good match. It's a hard decision. I mean, you think it can end in a no contest, maybe? I mean, not to bury them both, or it has to be a winner. But I feel like Butch is gonna get involved, or Ludwig will be involved too.
Ooh,
we don't call him that name. His name is not that name. His name is Pete Dunne.
Yeah.
Justin, do you want me to put you down for a no contest, Justin? I mean, I have one of my matches I put a no contest down.
God, it's I don't know.
It's a hard one.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that.
No. Now, I want to make sure with the panel, no contest is either count out, disqualification. Are we okay with that? Or despite a win, but I'm gonna say no contest because it wasn't a pinfall. Or you want specifics? I'm asking you guys as a whole. That's
no
fine?
contest is fine. No contest is fine.
All right. No. But if, let's say for instance Sheamus wins by a count out or disqualification, I'm gonna still rule it as a no contest. Are we okay with that? Even though Sheamus won by he didn't get the what I mean a win. It has to be with the title changing hands.
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
all
yeah.
right, all right.
Yeah.
So all right. So I just wanted to clear that up. Justin, Justin, you got a no contest on this one.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I would love that for Gunther and Sheamus to like kill each other all the way till they fight into the crowd. That would be entertaining.
Pete, your thoughts, your pick.
You know I always gotta go with my boy Gunther, man. Whew, his work. Oh my goodness. I would rather take any finisher from any other WWE superstar than take one single chop from freaking Gunther. Sheesh, man.
Now I'm torn here because I would like to see Sheamus become a Grand Slam, win that Intercontinental Champion. He's 45 years old. We know that he's on his back nine as a WWE career, maybe two strong years of wrestling, of WWE high performance. Gunther's up and coming. I know you mentioned a two-time, possibly Gunther becoming a two-time Intercontinental Champion, but both guys are on the UK soil. You know, you have Sheamus, of course, from Ireland, Gunther, Austria. It's a tough one, but like you mentioned, I don't know what Pete Dunne and Ludwig compose here. You also got Holland there. You have a 3-on-2. Could we possibly see another member of Imperial being called up here as a surprise and help Gunther, the ring general, win? And now you're building. Sheamus will not lose heat even if he gets defeated by Gunther, because now you brought a newcomer to neutralize Holland, but he makes himself so important to the match that now we're called Imperial. And now you're like, whoa, what a surprise. You know, NXT, with all the NXT, love that we're getting, I can see I'm going to go with Gunther, just to make a long story short. I just wanted to add that little caveat.
Yeah, I don't think anyone needs a new member here. I think we're fine. Yeah.
Do anyone agree with him or disagree?
I mean,
especially Gunther. Especially Gunther here. I like his manager and everything like that. They're perfect together.
I mean, when you think about the SmackDown, when they faced off against each other, you saw Ludwig he freaking fought both of them off,
Yeah.
which was great. Like that was very intense.
Yeah, you don't want to ruin the chemistry between Gunther and Ludwig. I think someone would just get in the way.
No, you got Damian Eitner. You have.
I mean,
you was part of the Imperial. He was part of their group.
You can make it small and simple and have Gunther go backstage and ask someone to be right there at ringside in case Ludwig can handle it. You can do something like that, but I don't see anyone like permanently joining them.
Yeah,
like a
manager.
or just ban them off from ringside and just have go.
Yeah.
That's another one.
That's another good one.
That's another good one where the referee throws them all out, and then you have a one-on-one match. Yeah, that's a good one there. So no thoughts of Imperial then. Okay.
Not for me, man.
Not for me either.
No.
All right, I'm surprised. Remember, they have to set up for Survivor Series, folks. That's all. Just keep in mind on that. There. We'll move on. Producer, talk to me. What's next?
Next match, Liv Morgan versus Shayna Baszler, SmackDown Women's Championship. What you got?
Well, Pete, I'm gonna let you go first because you let me go. Give me your thoughts.
I'm gonna go with Liv because I don't know if anybody's been keeping up. She's been working out with Matt Riddle.
Yep.
Yeah, figuring out how to get out of Shayna Baszler's finishing submission move. So I feel like she's gonna be able to outsmart Shayna and come out with the win.
Especially if she could get out of his creepy hands, she's gonna be good.
Yeah.
Terrence, who do you like?
Yeah. I'm going with Liv just because of the fact that the Ronda and Liv storyline is not over with in my mind. I don't think that's over with in general, to be honest, because she's still suspended technically. So I'm gonna go with Liv for the win.
Justin,
I'm gonna go with Liv, and probably Ronda Rousey will come out or something. Something interesting is gonna happen during the match. I don't think. I'm not gonna say no contest. Someone's gonna get involved. I already know it.
Yeah, this is not a no contest type of match too.
No.
So
Heel. Who do you like?
I'm gonna say Liv Morgan because, like people said, the Ronda Rousey storyline still isn't technically over with, and on top of that, if Liv Morgan were to win it, lose it, she were to lose it, I think at a bigger show than this. I'm sorry, but like Clash of Castles, let's be honest, it is more of a money grab than it is an actual pay per view. So yeah.
All right. Samurai. Who do you like?
Well, I mean, I'm probably the majority here over here, so I'm gonna say Shayna Baszler.
You mean minority?
Whatever.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Liv winning this because I keep saying it and I keep saying it over and over. Liv Morgan's title run is that she's gonna be desperate, do whatever the hell it takes to hold on to that woman's SmackDown women's title. I think she's gonna do whatever it takes and she's gonna squeak out a win. But I still think somehow I think the feud with Rousey's gonna show up somewhere because of course you're gonna get the crowd. You're in Wales, you want to give them something, and she's a big star regardless. And of her coming out to try to interfere, and you'll see Shayna Baszler gets upset. What are you doing? What are you doing? You're gonna cost me this match. That little friction, and I think Liv is gonna capitalize and get the victory. That's just me thinking.
I feel like she's gonna win on a roll up.
Something like something like that. Something like that. You're like, all right, because she's like I said, that plays to that angle. She's obsessed and desperate to keep that Raw Women's title because you see her everywhere on social media. She looks like she actually takes a bath with that freaking title. Yeah.
so he with it too.
Yeah, I would. If I held an actual title, I'd be like, "Oh, come here, you want era with me?" Yeah, we all would.
Producer, next bout.
And now it's time for the main event. Roman Reigns, the tribal chief, acknowledge this man, versus.
You ain't gotta ask me.
Yeah, can we all just say it on 3?
Versus Mr. Broken Dreams himself, Drew McIntyre.
Again, we all just say it on 3.
Undisputed WWE Universal Championship.
Okay, on 3, ready? Or you just want to do everyone normally?
No, I think it's unanimous. 1, 2,
Sorry,
3. Roman.
Drew McIntyre.
Drew.
Really?
We got Drew.
Whoa. That's a shocker.
Pete got Drew.
I'm disqualified. I'm disqualified because you ain't gotta ask me.
I'm gonna say Roman.
You already know.
Samurai.
I'm going with Drew, especially if it comes out to Broken Dreams.
Yes, please.
What?
He already teased
if he does that, he will still lose.
Roman's not losing yet.
Wait. Now hear me out on this one. Hey, we gotta remember, he was screwed out of his championship run back at WrestleMania because there was no crowd. He wants that big pop, especially from his hometown crowd over in the UK. So for him to win it and have that big pop happen, this is gonna be crazy.
I don't see Roman losing at a show like this. I think if he's gonna lose it, he's losing probably.
Well, they actually. I'm pretty sure everybody knows this, but they want to get the titles. They want to separate the titles. They want SmackDown to have their own title and Raw to have their own title because USA Network is tired of not having a main championship on Raw. So that's why That's why they have to figure out a way to take both titles off of Roman.
Yeah, but from a creative standpoint, you still want that champion to mean something. And yes, I get it. I'm not saying Drew wouldn't, but imagine that championship being won. And no offense to Clash of the Cancels or anyone in Wales, but winning that title on a bigger stage like a WrestleMania or even a Royal Rumble, that's a much bigger stage. And plus, it'll get so much more eyeballs.
But it's Drew's. It's Drew's hometown crowd.
Yeah, we gotta watch that. I think I'm gonna take my prediction. I think the winner of this match will be Austin Theory.
You think he might cash in? You think he might cash in? Oh,
the total prick move of taking the hometown glory. He wins it, and here comes Austin Theory. And
we're talking about active competitors in the match.
Wait. I'm thinking of something.
Oh.
If you're now going into what Samurai said, splitting the titles, what do you think if he cashed in and only took one of them?
Exactly. And that's why I'm gonna say Austin Theory comes out on top.
Drew gets the WWE Championship. Austin gets the Universal Championship.
That could be a possibility.
That could
But
be a possibility, but I'm gonna, I got to see the next, poor Terrence. I got to see him the next day. I gotta bring tissues and that, so console his tears.
And then after that, you build with whoever Karrion Kross
Yeah,
wants.
Karrion Kross.
Carry, we already know Carrion's going after Drew. So is that he's also
Which is Drew McIntyre.
he's also a factor in the match too. You have to think about that.
Right, so you never know if he might show up.
I don't think Karrion Kross. I was told
Mhm.
by an insider the reason why Karrion Kross, besides that bad gimmick, didn't last in the WWE because he wasn't vaccinated. I don't know if he's vaccinated or not, but I don't think he I don't know if he is or isn't. I can't say that for pure fact, but I was told that was one of the reasons why it led to his first release and that bad gimmick because he was imposed of getting vaccinated. That's why he didn't wrestle in none of these promotions. That's what I heard, but I don't know. I said it's not facts. Take it for a grain of salt.
like I said, I just see it happening on a much bigger stage than.
But this is big though. This is an outdoor arena that's sold out with a lot of folks.
I just see this is big for Drew, and we all know how the WWE works. They put Drew in here, like I said, for a money grab. It's like, yeah, Drew's job, like I said, was just put on a good match and to help sell out this show from a live attendance standpoint. So like, and also to give you this feel good story of like, what if he did win the title? That's the whole point of wrestling. Now, if we did win the title, or if Theory did cash in, would that be amazing? Yeah, it would. But it's like I said, it would also be too predictable, and WWE's all for the moment. And I think if I was Triple H, I'd be like, yeah, in hindsight, it's pretty good for the moment, but it's too obvious. So, we're gonna save this for something else. And for all I know, I could be wrong too. It might not happen at SummerSlam or WrestleMania, but you want to save this probably for something else. It maybe have Theory cash in some out of nowhere. Probably have someone else running out of nowhere. And on top of that, you still have Cody, who's now coming back in less than 3 or 4 months.
But there's a ways to go though for Cody though. A lot of things can happen.
Yeah, but you have an amazing story and still in the works with him.
Oh yeah,
him winning the Rumble, going to WrestleMania, and all that. Like you still have that in the book, so you can be patient with. Like you have to look at this really from a really creative standpoint, and that's not to say that Drew can't win it at this pay per view. There is still a chance, but again, like I said, looking at this from a very creative standpoint, you're like, would it really be that special? I guess so. Yeah, but you want the best pop when Roman releases those titles, because he's been holding them for 2 years now. So when you do get the titles off of Roman, you want to help it really project someone's career. And Drew's already at a good point in his career, so you got to ask yourself, would this really help Drew to the point? Does Drew really need this win over Roman? Or can someone else really use it, like a Cody or someone else, to legitimize them in the company to get them to that next level? Especially when Roman goes off and does movies.
No, but like they said earlier, Terrence, he mentioned that he was a champion when there was no people. So now you're going to make him champion now with after the pandemic with a crowd, and you're giving him the proper acknowledgement there.
Yeah.
Terrence will be right back. He'll be right back in here. I don't know. Any chance of the Fiend?
Nah.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, I thought either.
I don't think with this feud.
Not with that feud, right? It doesn't feel organic if they bring the Fiend there.
That's kind of true, yeah.
But I still think we could see the Fiend though. Remember I said about Alexa Bliss? I think because she's still walking around with the damn Lily doll. I could see that.
Probably gonna be better too, maybe.
If he
hopefully.
if he comes into the, and he doesn't have to interject himself in the women's match, but that kind of glitches and Alexa, like, you know,
Yeah,
remember she was in therapy and so forth, and you tease a Fiend, and then she just, I don't know, maybe a return of the Fiend.
yeah. If the Fiend gets involved in this feud, it just wouldn't feel right. It'll be like going to Thanksgiving and you have that aunt that brings like some nasty tamales for Thanksgiving. It just wouldn't feel right.
No, not for the heavyweight title, but just
Yeah, yeah.
in general, making I have returned, something like that. And
Later
then,
on, you could possibly have Scarlett and Karrion Kross versus them too. I mean,
exactly. Well, that's Cash of the Castle.
I was just gonna say on another note, if Roman was to, well, he's eventually gonna lose, unfortunately, again or whatever. But if he was to lose the title, it would make more sense for him to lose to the person that he got it off from in the first place, which would be the Fiend. So when the Fiend does return, it'd be like a much bigger deal. But that's just me.
You never know, because there's a lot of rumors that he's returning. There's a lot of rumors that Rotunda is returning to the WWE. They're saying he is, and when there's smoke, there's fire. But we shall see there. Clash of the Castles here. We will be Saturday at 1 p.m. Don't know if we're doing a watch along because I got to find out with my play-by-play guy, the main man Pete, if he's willing to do the play-by-play for the watch along, and he tells me I'll run up the stream. So we'll keep in touch. Hit that notification bell to find out. But that is the WWE Raw report, and of course we're going to jump into the NXT 2.0 Go Home Show. Worlds Collide. Oh, baby.
I don't watch NXT though, so unfortunately for me, like the great.
How
he
come
can't
you
see
don't
the
watch
NXT.
it?
He can't see it. He can't see it. He can't see it.
You can't see it.
He can't see it.
It's a good show.
I know, but
It's like ups and downs sometimes, but this show was awesome. It was great.
Indeed, I cannot wait to speak about it with you guys, fellas. My God, it is the later, buddy. Later.
See you, boss.
Heel exit left stage, right? And we get into the NXT 2.0 Go Home Show of Worlds Collide. Man, what a way to kick it off. The opening. Apollo Crews taking on Grayson Waller. Jay, your thoughts of the opening match there? My God, no one gets heat. We say it here each and every week. Then Grayson Waller. Of course, Apollo Crews, that the Waller effect. Man, what was your thoughts there? Oof. Collect the breath.
Breathe. Take it easy.
Yeah, take it easy.
Are you asking me?
Terrence? Yes, sir, Justin.
Oh, you said Jay. You said so. Oh, you said Jay for Justin. Oh, well.
Giving you a nickname. Man.
It was a good match.
I'm giving you a nickname.
It was a good match. The crowd was like all hyped up for it. Everybody saying Apollo. Then Grayson Waller sucks. It was just a good match. I can't believe Grayson won though. Thought Apollo was gonna take it, but that was a surprise.
Man, that match. First of all, no one took the biggest L. No one. Then that kid Jordan in the front row.
I know where you're going.
And the kid in the front row named Jordan. They ripped his shirt. They ripped his freaking sign. And then they told him he wears the same. You can't even afford a jersey. You wear the same jersey every week. Oh my God.
He called them the
cheap B word.
Yeah.
Yes.
He called them that, and me and Peter was like, "Oh my God."
Yes. Poor
His face was so red.
Jordan.
His face was so red. It was like, man.
They shook his whole night. That whole night they put him in his bed. They gave him a chill pill and they sat him down in the corner like a dunce.
And when we say they, we mean, of course, Grayson Waller.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because he really made him feel like, wow,
man. Man, but I love the fact that at the end there, where Grayson Waller just hits him with the he cuts him with that cutter, that roll up cutter.
Yeah.
Wow.
He
And then
almost,
people,
he almost reversed it too.
Yeah, looked
Yeah?
like he's gonna reverse it.
Yeah.
let
Looked
me
like he's
ask you
gonna reverse
this:
into like some kind of like bomb or something. Go ahead, Don.
Grayson Waller is ready for a main roster heel. Agree or disagree, Samurai?
Well, I mean, I don't know. Grayson Waller is kind of growing on me. I mean, I don't like the way the match ended because thumb to the eyeball.
Yeah.
But he put that thumb in the eyeball because he's trying to be a heel, doing whatever it takes to get over. He was working the crowd, getting them the heat from the crowd. He put the thumb on Apollo's eye. I'm everything that Grayson Waller does. I love it.
I mean, what I liked was the way he finished the match. I just didn't agree with how it ended. When he went up for the choke slam, hit him in the eye with his thumb, and then he got the cutter. I mean the stunner. That was pretty epic.
Huh?
It was, and what a way to start the first match. It was.
Yeah.
Prior to that, I'm gonna give you guys a little peek behind the curtain. You got to watch Level Up because it was some good matches on Level Up for Friday. It was really good. The matches were really exciting. It got us pumping, and of course NXT with that match with Apollo and Grayson Waller was just awesome. Especially poor Jordan who got diss of the night big time. So poor guy. So. No, better luck next time. Hey, if you're gonna get in the guy's face and they come at you, be ready. Just be ready. So we shall see that. Then we have the women's tag team come out. We have Katana, Chance, and Carter taking on Ivy Now and Tatum Paxley with Toxic Attraction, the Toxic Lounge, watching over the match carefully. And we have some surprise with that. We get later on in that match, we got Doudrop and Nikki ASH arrive, not only to arrive, but to challenge the women NXT champions. But before that, the match between these two ladies, Ivy Now's and Tatum. You see now that I love the fact the way Ivy Now's came out with Tatum Paxley. Tatum, she had the mask on, but the hood looked like she was serious for some business. I like that little attitude change there, Terrence.
Yeah, for sure. Because she had a broken nose and she's been out for a while. So with her being out, we couldn't really see her and Ivy go at it. Be in the ring, but it added for I was kind of joking around with this. I was saying to somebody last night, I was like, she wrestles better with a mask. But, I mean, but it was true. She did a pretty good job, man. Even though they had the interference there, they did pretty well in that match, though.
Right. Yes, we saw Gigi Dolan and Jace. Good to see Toxic back in there, and I'm glad they returned because always good to see the ladies. Pete, the distraction got the girls finisher. I loved Katana just come off the top rope with that 360 splash for the victory. Boy, they look like the most best tag team in NXT. What's your thoughts?
Oh yeah, definitely. The chemistry is there. That's a real tag team right there, especially. And seeing that distraction from Gigi and friends, I like to say, this was possibly gonna be a setup maybe for another tag team match, possibly at another pay-per-view. We obviously know what it is, but for what was it? Nikki Ash and Doudrop to come out. Whew. Now this was something because obviously NXT UK doesn't have women's tag team, but so for Doudrop and Nikki Ash to step up and hopefully give them the fight of their lives on this weekend at Worlds Collide, this is going to be a pretty crazy match.
It is. We popped in the arena.
Oh yeah.
We popped in the arena, Samurai, when Katana and Chance win, Katana and Kaden win the match, and they say we beat up, we're the best, and we beat, pretty much an open challenge. We will take on anyone, any comers. And when the two ladies, when of course Piper Nevin, aka Dewdrop's music come out, and also we know Nikki ASH was coming, we all started going bananas. How did that look from you watching it at home on the TV circuit? Because all of us here have been with there live, all three of us, besides yourself.
It was good. I mean, it was a very loud reaction.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't expect it. Actually, I'm not gonna lie to you. I was like halfway like sleeping during this during when they came out. But no, I was barely awake. But no, I did. I had to literally go back and watch it on Hulu, and I did see the pop. It was really good. I was actually surprised that they. I mean, like you said the other day, last week. Not everybody's gonna go to Wales, and that just shows it there.
Right,
Yeah.
and it is Worlds Collide. You want to bring different, not just NXT UK and not NXT 2.0. You want to bring main roster. I was mentioning it earlier. I said I would have the tag team champions there and take on the NXT tag team champions, even if it's on a non-title match. Even and I mentioned it. I know you guys heard it already. I just want to send it out to the podcast. I would have had the tag team women champions come out and take on Katana and Chance and Carter, and I would have leaked to the dirt sheets. Naomi and Sasha are gonna possibly interfere, and now let it go all over Twitter. Guess what? Now you got eyeballs because they Naomi and Sasha might be there, gonna be there. We have to watch this pay-per-view, and I'm not saying and by the night it's over, they didn't even need that, to be honest with you. But maybe I overreached, but they still got that quiver and they have that arrow in their quiver for later down the road. So my God, to then take out Dewdrop and Piper Nevin and Nash to Nikki and Ash to come out, and we were calling her, we were all calling her Piper Nevin. We were so happy to see her there, and she loved the crowd reaction. It was exciting, and then now we're going to see the clash at the World Collide. They're going to have a match, and
One thing.
Yes, Jay.
Why? Okay, so Katana, Chase, and Kaden Carter, are they heels?
No.
Because I mean, there are two faces. So who's gonna be the heel in the mat, or just gonna be just two faces fighting?
No, Nikki and they're not faces.
They're not. They're heels.
They're heels, okay.
Yeah.
Because in the other match, Ivy and Tatum, were they faces or heels?
Well,
Yeah,
in NXT, they have heel versus heel, face for face. You remember last week you had Legado Fantasma under Tony D'Angelo taking on the Schisms, the Dyads, which they both were all heels.
True.
That's one thing about NXT. They're not afraid of breaking those heel face type of matches, which is kind of refreshing at times. So with that there, I'm interested to see this tag match. I'm thinking, we'll get at the end of the review, real quick. We'll go over Worlds Collide, who we like, who we don't like for the matches, but that's going to be a good one set up going forward. Anything else on the ladies tag team match here? Pete, did you get to say a few things?
Yeah, I said a few things.
All right. So we move on here. We saw Diamond Mine arguing in the backstage, especially saying that they don't trust Roderick Strong until now comes out and says focus on the match and nothing else. So they're showing us a little bit of nugget with Roderick Strong. Let me go around the room here. What do you think is going to happen with Roderick? I mean, this is the thing that keeps long term. What's the end game, Pete?
Roderick gets thrown out of Diamond Mine. Period. Because this is just him. He keeps messing around with them and it keeps screwing them out of their wins. So it's probably gonna be time where he's gonna get kicked out of Diamond Mine.
All right, Samurai.
Well, if you paid attention to the match that they had, he actually didn't screw the Creed Brothers. He actually messed up Damon Kemp because he was trying to show Damon Kemp the phone, and because of that, Damon got distracted and broke. I don't think he didn't even step on the phone. He missed the phone completely.
Well, thank you for getting ahead of us and letting us know that happens. That's going to happen in the show later on. But thank you, though. We'll see what happens there with Roderick Strong.
Well, no. Well, I thought no. Well, like I said, my mind went somewhere else. But seriously, I mean, it's gonna happen. I mean, honestly, Damon Kemp, I think he's gonna be like the deciding factor in all of this. That's basically where I was going with it. But
all right. No, you're good. You're good. Yeah, Terrence.
He said, "You're good. Okay. I think Roddy. We're just talking about like what's going to happen to Roddy. I think he's gonna. He could possibly maybe get kicked out, but maybe he could just like be the leader of another faction or join another faction that's there currently. But I mean, yeah, that's my take on it. I think he might possibly join Gallows, maybe, because he's gonna get kicked out or he's gonna leave regardless. So either he's going, maybe not, or maybe he's going to the main roster. I don't know. But if not, then I think that could be something interesting with him being the leader of a Gallows or something like that.
I can't see him leading Gallus because Gallus plays on top. But
exactly.
Gallus plays on top all the way, man. I do love Gallus though. I've watched them since they were in NXT UK.
Same.
They don't need a fourth member, but I digress. I do see him going to the main roster though.
Okay.
Because like he's done everything he can do in NXT, and now that Top 8's in charge, he's not going to want to leave. I mean, if you think about it, they're not doing anything with Marina Shafir in AEW. That's why they signed her, so they can get him to go over there. But they're not doing anything with her. So what's the point in him going over there if they're not doing anything with her?
Right.
All right, Justin, what's your thoughts of the end game with Roddick?
He's gonna leave. He's gonna leave Dynamite and get kicked out of it, and then probably move to the roster. I mean, they can use him, so that's what I think. I mean, he's done enough in NXT.
I totally agree. I totally agree with you guys. As Pete is frying chicken.
Yeah, some mic problems there. What's going on?
Oh no, it was my chair. That's why.
Don't fall. I think Roddy is gonna leave. He's gonna leave on his own fruition, because I think here's the thing. I think it's Damien Kemp who's the one that's the heel and is the rat or the weasel in the freaking group. As much as I love Roddy, I think Damien Kemp is a major player, but like Samurai, go to you, Samurai. When you said about the phone destroyer, he jumped, and he got it like. He acted like someone who doesn't want to get caught or exposed, so he broke the phone. Let me get rid of the evidence. And that kind of behavior made me say, "Oh, wait a minute, he stopped the match to break the phone. He want to see is because maybe Damien Kemp. They're going to storyline Damien Kemp was the one that caused Roddy to get late."
Now that we think about it, ooh.
That's a good storyline.
So that's why he broke the phone, huh?
I mean, it makes sense. Like, I mean, the thing is, like I said, he didn't even. You have to go back and watch it again. He didn't even step on the phone. He completely missed the phone.
Well, it's semantic. It's to be the storyline, because maybe that is somebody's real phone. Because they don't give away.
The screen protector.
Yeah, that's what I saw. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
and if you were there live, you would have seen. It was real weird. Roddy, he came back out. He grabbed the phone and just went back to the back.
Yeah, I saw that.
I got evidence, and then he comes out.
He gets his phone smashed. I don't believe it.
That's what I think. I hope that happens, because that would build a story for him, and then I could see Damon being by himself too. Not with Creed. I could see him being
Right.
a singles.
Right, he was the one that broke it up, and they'll throw him out, and then they go, we're gonna stick just with us, and Roddy could go, you know what, hell with you guys, you didn't believe me, I'm leaving,
Yeah.
There you go.
there you go, and that's and that's how they all dispersed without, and it was Damien Kemp who just really destroyed the Diamond Mine. I think that's the way. That's just me. I got a funny feeling that's the way they're gonna
Damon
storyline
Kemp.
wise.
I mean, I mean, instead of them bringing Gable Stevenson to the main roster almost immediately, why don't they just? Well, I could see them putting him with his brother, because Damon Kemp is his brother.
Yeah, we haven't seen Damien Kemp, not even in the Performance Center. Period. I think he's working out independently, but they invest a lot of money. Gable. Gable. I'm sorry, I said Kemp because I'm thinking they had the same last name, but we'll see. I'm interested in Diamond Mine. And we'll get to that a little later. We get a lot tonight. Was surprises. There's so many video package, and I'm gonna go with one of the first of many. We have NXT shows us a video package of Miko Saramata history, and then we see Albert Fire talking to Miko, talking about go win the NXT and unify those titles. Wow, we're like, ooh, okay, this is they're pushing, they're making this a big deal. That was one of the many tidbits that they were going to show us all night on the promos, and that was one. Then when we come back from the commercial break, this is one that you could say was a little bit of cool down. Me personally, I went to go get some water, get some fresh air. We had Cameron Grimes comes out. Actually, it was Joe Gacy and the Dyads come out because he was giving out some beautiful Dollar Tree pins to the Schism for beating Legado Fantasma.
I don't know what they're doing with this.
He should have given him, he should have given him a Coke, but he decided to give him pins. And they call out Grimes, and Grimes comes out to let them know they're not interested. And what was your thoughts? There was a lot of hugging. First, there was a little pushing and shoving, and then
it was weird.
It was weird. It was just weird,
especially when they semi jump Cameron, and then he.
They
didn't even do nothing. They just let him beat them up.
As somebody who's not there live, I can say that I agree with you that it was just weird. Somewhat too much hugging going on. Like I said before, Cameron Grimes does not need Schism.
Exactly.
If he does join Schism, then I just pray that they don't cut his hair.
Yeah, please don't.
Oh man.
Nor the beard either.
Yeah, I don't see. I think they're just biding his time until he's actually ready to go up to the main roster. I mean, he's ready, more than ready. But what I do see is I see the Grizzly Young Veterans. I mean, I don't know if you paid attention to the promo that they cut, but they didn't. They seemed like they were like kind of losing faith in Joe Gacy a little bit. Maybe it's just me, but they don't seem like they want to be in this group of happy-go-lucky, huggy-hug, all smiles type of thing. But I don't know. I'm just thinking too far ahead. Maybe I'm just like used to GYV.
It could be a little bit of both, because remember, you're seeing them through the TV lens. We're in live, so mannerisms, facial expressions, because they're giving us their back when they cut these promos, looking straight to the camera, and they're actually giving us their back. So there might be some mannerisms or some face expressions that we in the audience cannot see. So maybe you might have picked up on something where we didn't, being in the arena live, and vice versa. There's times when we pick up stuff that the camera or the people are out in the viewing on the TV land can't pick up. So maybe you're onto something. Maybe there is some truth to what you're saying there. It could be a little bit of both there. We shall see there with the Joe Gacy. Me personally, I mentioned and I said it before, man. If you're going to call up Cameron Grimes until he's ready, bring him to the monster, I would team him up in a tag team with Corbin, Both are going broke. Serving it and let them go. You got power and wrestling agility. You want to build tag teams until the main guys get ready to go forward. I mean, I know I mentioned this take to the guys on NXT line, but I'm mentioning to yourself, Samurai, and to the audio platform and the viewing audience. I would try to get them there, put them up the main roster tag team. Now you strengthen your tag team division, and you bring in the kids with Corbin, who's a safe worker, microphone skills, and etc. And off to the moon you go with them until Cameron Grimes is ready to be a solo star, like a Daniel Bryan type of wrestler.
Right.
I can see that. I can see that tag team.
I can see that tag team as well. Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see there. We get to a commercial break. We get another promo. This one is here. We just to remind us that Roxanne Perez still and Cora Jade. That feud is still going on. Says that she's not done with her and promised to make her pay for betraying her trust. So she unblocks her, sends her a nasty text message, and then she says, "I hope you choke on Braun Breaker's sausage," and then she blocks him.
Whoa. Did she really actually? I don't think she said that.
No, she didn't say that specifically.
You just paraphrasing.
This feud, I don't like at all. It's no build.
Yeah.
Sure, there's pictures and stuff, but it's like tag teams for like a week, and then all of a sudden you just turn. Where's the build? I don't understand it. I can't get into it.
Nah, not really. They kind of lost me when that happened. It was just 1 week as champs, and then suddenly turn.
And then
I
Peter
kinda...
looking at the... Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Justin. Go. No, you go.
And me and Peter looking at the screen, we're like, who did it? Who did it? And then we're like, I think it's Cora. And all of a sudden we were like, we're right, because she's the only one there.
Yeah, we called it when it was gonna happen, and oh boy.
And I remember doing that show. I loved the picture, the image of Cora looking and the heel turn. I think she works well as a heel. I really do like Cora Jade as a heel. I just think the chemistry with Roxanne, I think that's where where we lose the essence and the flair between these two. That program between these two ladies doesn't work. They don't have
a different heel turn. Like instead of throwing a title at her, should have done something. Build it up. You got to build it up and then do it, or do something else with her. Because
it felt rushed. It felt rushed, Justin. It felt rushed and it felt sloppy. Yeah,
rushed.
Yeah.
It's because it was Bruce Pritchard. Bruce Pritchard made it happen too quickly.
Bruce Pritchard special.
Not only that, but you just had this great the NXT Women Breakout Tournament. Due to injuries and whatever, they gave Roxanne the opportunity, and then she cashed it in for those tag titles to do that. What was the point of getting us invested in that tournament?
For real. Because it was just
there was no point doing that.
There was no point, yes. And now you could really use a tournament now because you got some NXT women, UK, and you're getting a new crop of talented wrestling ladies that we see on Level Up and also ready to make their debut. You would like to have another, you could have saved the breakout tournament and gotten us, especially now that it's getting momentum to want to view more eyeballs. Now you break a breakout tournament would have been greater, but we will see what happens there. With that, a lot of people are not invested in this Roxanne Cora Jade feud. I hope they could spice it up. With no skateboards that breaks this time and make, the Kindle sticks look like toothpicks. Hopefully we get something, my toothpick and Terrence's toothpick have more wood than that Kindle.
I mean,
we'll move on. And this is one of the popping promos that got the arena buzzing. We get Braun Breaker in the locker room, sitting there, and out of nowhere comes Finn Balor. We were like, whoa. That was
totally
phenomenal.
Unexpected.
Totally unexpected. We got excited. Terrence, I know you were right next to me on the same aisle.
Yeah.
Actually, we all sat in that same aisle across. Boy, talk about Heal the Ring podcast taking over NXT. We were there full force. But man, what we popped, man. Give us your thoughts.
Yeah, we popped, man. There was, like I said, it wasn't expected. Like, they had to do something for the go home show to their premium event, and this was one of the few things
few great things that happened tonight. Just having him backstage. Just imagine him being out there in the arena, though. That would have been even more insane. But that was awesome, man.
And also, give me your thoughts, and we'll throw it around. We saw later the champion being from UK being talked and given a speech by none other than Pete Dunne, aka Butch, via Skype. That was awesome too. So we seen the WWE Universe, the main roster, encouraging these guys. You know what? There's a legacy. Go out there and fulfill a legacy. I love that, Terrence.
You also had a cameo from Fit Finlay.
Well, we got to get to that eventually, Mr. Spoiler.
No, he actually gave Tyler Bates the iPad.
That's right. You know what?
Oh, yeah,
take
you're
that
right.
back. You take that back.
I didn't spoil anything, sir.
You're correct.
I mean, I see Philly every week anyway. So.
Yeah, he's it's like it was like with Pritchard when it came out and gave him that tablet. Come on.
You're on the list.
Yeah, right. Here we go. Thank you. You know what? Man, the producer story there. Pete is going to be a producer one of these days, man.
Chip, you know what? You just made the list. Oh, no. Oh, here we go.
and I'm going to put myself on that list for forgetting about Fit Finlay there. So, yeah.
Exactly.
He's waiting for that moment, boy.
Oh, he was He was waiting for that. He was like
salivating at the mouth.
Yeah, man.
I'm on watch. I'm watching you. One mistake, you're on the list.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, but that
Now,
was a cool little moment, though.
Yeah, that was good. And then we're gonna go. I'm gonna give you the other moment of their two other moments. Their pumpiness. They won. Ciampa comes out, greets Breaker, found Breaker, and explained what NXT means to him, what that holding that title means. And then in the back, right behind us, we have Bates found himself in the backstage with Gunther. We were like, "Oh, they're all here!"
Wow, pop for that. That was
yes.
Mm-hmm.
I did my best Tony Schiavone imitation. Is here. They're here. They're here.
Me and Peter were freaking jumping up and down. We're like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah,
I was like that was somebody else, but I was like that was somebody else that maybe showed up the other night too. But yeah, that was a great moment.
Samurai. Now, did we miss anyone right now, or what was your thoughts?
Well, I mean, it brought back memories to when they fought each other. What was it? They fought each other at in Cardiff, actually.
Yeah.
So then I think they fought each other in Cardiff, and then that was a hard hitting 45 minutes of a match.
Wow.
Hard hitting, man. It was crazy.
Hard hitting 45 minutes. Think of that. Like, it's Walter, his chops hurt like hell anyway. So just imagine going 45 minutes with a dude that's gonna cut your head off essentially. Jesus Christ. Now it's just like the Sheamus match. You have to watch it to actually appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
Well said there. And of course Ciampa's advice to Braun Breaker. I like that because Ciampa knows who Breaker knows who Ciampa was because he was there while they were on the main not so long ago, and that was a pretty heartfelt moment. I really like that. Justin, what's your thoughts on that one?
Yeah, I can agree. Ciampa's been there for a while. Just giving him advice just pumps up the match even more. Just looking forward to it. Hopefully, he wins. Spoilers. I know.
All right.
Yeah,
so
it was a good segment.
It was great segments. We got more, and there's more to come. We'll get to them eventually here.
Oh yeah.
Then let me see if I got the pictures. I think I got the pictures when Ciampa. I did place it, didn't I? Put it when Ciampa met Braun Breaker backstage. He had that heartfelt conversation with him, which was really cool. I really like that, and I thought I saw it when we saw.
And seeing his old player too, like No One Will Survive, just was awesome.
That was
seeing a real Ciampa.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you know, I don't like the way that the NXT title looks. It's too rainbowy for me.
I didn't
Like
see
the
that until
NXT
now, and
title.
I'm like, what the heck?
Wanted
But
to go back
the
to the
NXT,
no
let me see
color
this
one.
one.
Yeah,
Yeah, that one.
one.
It's too rainbow. You can't tell from the way the angle, but it's got too many like colors on it.
Well, compared that to Tyler Bates on it, it don't look
Tyler
that bad.
Bates Tyler Bates
Tyler Bates
title
looks
is actually
awesome.
It looks amazing.
This Tyler
Where
Bates
is
there.
it?
Wait, there it is.
super
No, wait, go
clean.
back
That
to where he's talking to Finn Balor. Like,
Oh yeah. Give me 1 minute. Right here.
yeah, you can see.
Yeah,
Look at the rainbow colors, man. That's just too much.
just have it go back
I
to
thought it was
black-
okay. You
black
sure that's not
and
the lights? That's not the lights.
No,
No,
that's the title
the actual
reflector.
title.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the actual title. They literally killed the
Black and
NXT
gold.
Championship. So now, I wonder what they're gonna do if once they they unify them, like, 'cause it's happening.
They're gonna
That's
make new
spoilers.
titles. They're making new
Are
titles.
they gonna make new titles?
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully.
I hope so.
They said they're
They
gonna
might do
make new
that for the
titles.
main roster too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Some more
that's
designs for the main roster too. Yeah.
that's the report going around. That
Hopefully.
Triple H wants some new titles for everything.
Well, yeah. Well, we move on to the next one here. We have a intergender trios match. We have the team of Josh Briggs, Brooke Jensen, Finley Haney versus Pretty Deadly and Lash Legend. This match to me was freaking fun. I am a fan of Pretty Deadly. I find them hilarious. I find all their mannerisms just to be totally hijinks and fun. And of course, Brooke Jensen and they both the UK tag team champions are every week they get better and better. You know, at first I wasn't feeling them, and when they came back with the UK tag titles and seeing their in ring, you know, and knowing that the son of Bo Buchanan is only 20 years old, man, I gotta give them respect to myself. You know, so Brooks and Jensen, I really like them. They're hard hitting, but talk to me about this match, Terrence, because this was a lot there. You know, Lash Legend also getting better in her in-ring ability. She's starting to look like a giant who's learning not botchy and not looking clunky.
Well, just to me, for that match in particular, just adding her in there with Pretty Deadly alone to combat the other team with Fallon, I think that's a pretty good idea. And it was a pretty good match, man. Like, I enjoyed it. It had its it had its moments or whatever, but it's like a good back and forth tag match. You know, not too bad. You know, I wouldn't mind seeing. Honestly, I don't hate Pretty Deadly, but I don't really hate them with Lash either. So just seeing them the three go ahead with each other, it's a pretty interesting combo. You know.
At least
Or
they didn't
or
replace any other time.
as Wade calls them, pretty legendary.
Yeah.
Actually, that's not bad.
He gave them a name, pretty legendary.
Legendary. I
That's
like it.
nice. I like it. I like it. Pretty legendary. I didn't. You know what? I got it. At first, when you said it, it didn't register. And then when you said bait, I was like, oh, it does. It registers. You know what? Nice one. I'm Barry to call that one. I liked it. We saw the match there. A lot of kind of kooky finish there. We saw Gallus comes out. Finian always getting injured. She was bleeding on her elbow. She's always getting hurt. And like, oh my god,
Yeah.
this poor is like she's always getting injured in an angle. Now the right team, did they win to you or didn't? Or Jensen got hit with the spook for the victory with Gallus arrived. I was okay with that because it's telling a story. The match was telling a story, you know, either way, and we see that, and all hell breaks loose, pretty much there. Pete, give me your thoughts.
Yeah, when they got that roll up for the win, yeah, it's starting to now come to fruition. You know, all these tag teams really hate each other, and it's building up to that unification match. So, for this match to happen, Josh Briggs, Brooks Jensen, like you said, they earned my respect because very good, solid tag team, and Pretty Deadly. Finally, for once, they didn't rip their pants.
Yes,
Mhm.
no wardrobe malfunction. And what did you
Yeah,
like the purple and black between Pretty Legend?
yeah, the purple and black. That was good attire. I like that little jest right there
They
that they did there.
they were all matching. I didn't notice.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, she was wearing like a purple top, and
Mhm.
yeah, it looks pretty good. If that was their color, I wouldn't be mad.
Yeah, I wouldn't be mad.
Nice color.
Yeah, that's a nice. I like that. The marketability on that. I hope going forward, I would like them to stay as a facet. Let them be there, help Last Legend get over. Maybe get her a couple winning matches in a row, and Pretty Deadly comes out and with their antics and vice versa. I kind of like that going forward.
Well, did you? I mean, you do know that the reason she's getting better is because of Santana Garrett, right?
Okay.
Santana Garrett was just hired as a coach.
Yeah, I saw that.
Good.
It's-
Good.
So I guess I guess she's actually training her to get better in the ring, which makes sense because she's not that good.
Yeah.
But she's improved a lot. She's
Yeah,
improved
yeah,
a
yeah.
lot.
Yeah, she's been improving. Yeah.
I mean, I can see it, but I'm saying before she was just.
Oh no, she was clunky.
Oh
Yeah.
no. Yeah.
She was
She was hot
clunky.
garbage.
I
But
mean,
she's getting-
the only thing that was probably good is that kick. That was a cool kick. There's the
Mhm.
whole stomp.
Took her hair
Yeah,
off.
and then she could use her height because let's face it, she gets better as an in-ring performer. She's an obstacle. She's a big, you don't see
Right.
women that height, that with that agility because she's not just big and overgrown. She's curvy. She's big. She's tall. She's lanky. She has a possibility of having an it factor similar to I'm not saying a Bianca Belair, but that kind of mold, like that obstacle, big, where you could see potential of stardom later down the road. But like I said it before, it's up to her how hard she's gonna put her work into the craft, and it looks like it. She's very well invested. Remember, she's a mom. She's a married woman, but mom, and she's there. Doesn't need to do the wrestling, and she does it, and she's getting better. That means she's taking it real serious, in my opinion.
To be honest, like you said, like she's a mom. Like even though her in-ring abilities are like here and there, she's good on the mic. She does know how to talk. So for her, like to just hand her a mic and just have her talk, like the segments from last time when she was just talking and it was talking with Pretty Deadly and it was that little funny moment they had. She can put herself over just by talking. It's like it's good.
Exactly. She gets it. And me personally, I'm enjoying her growth week after week in NXT. I'm personally enjoying her trajectory going forward. I am. I know some people don't want to see her or they cringe. You know what? I'm seeing the growth and I'm enjoying it because it's getting better progressively.
Yeah, same with me. I
Yeah.
agree.
All right, so we move on to another hot promo. My God, this one was another banger. It was like, whoa! Out comes the possible SmackDown champion, number one contender, Shayna Baszler, comes out and cuts a promo to Mandy Rose, warning Mandy that she fails on Sunday at Worlds Collide, it will hurt her NXT to revalue all that she's done so far. I love that promo that she cut on Mandy Rose.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That was one of the top ones. I was like, ooh.
I like that promo too. I mean, I was paying attention to her shirt though, Bruce Lee.
Yeah, that was a nice one.
Yeah, nice little Bruce Lee right there.
Look at the title though. It's great, right?
Yeah, it's gross. It's very colorful.
I think in a way like Shayna kind of low key humbled Mandy a little bit.
Yes.
When she said she was like, you're making a big deal about how you're like almost the longest reigning champion, and like I didn't really have to do anything. I didn't have to say anything. People knew it. Just that line alone was like, I looked at Mandy. I was like, oh damn.
If you think about it, the longest reigning champion in NXT history right now is technically Asuka.
Yes,
Yes,
undefeated.
because she was undefeated the entire time. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
but I mean, she hasn't. She's on the main roster since what 2016. I think.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
16
Yeah,
or
so
17. No, yeah,
So-
somewhere around there. Let's say
Yeah.
let's agree 16.
Okay, so she never lost the title. She was undefeated when she had the title. So technically, she's the longest reigning champion for about 6 years. If you want to get technical about it, but nobody sees the technicalities of anything. So the longest reigning champion, the longest reigning women's champion is actually you can say both for NXT UK and NXT, both respectively, Asuka and Kaylee Ray. Alpha Fire for those areas. And they just got really quiet.
No, they're just waiting for you to finish your point, my friend.
I was looking on the internet, right?
Yeah, we're just waiting for you to finish your point. We didn't want to be rude or interrupt you, but I guess you're tagging us here because you look like we come a hot tag to me, and the hot tag is we have Chase U. Andre Chase taking on Charles Dempsey. Now, Charles Dempsey is the son of William Regal, Blackpool Combat Club's own. This is tampering within tampering, because the father and son. We also saw Regal make some noise, said something, complimented WWE. Says, "I don't care if I get fired for it," but he gave some credit to WWE. The seed is planted. Triple H is his buddy. Do we feel some buyer's remorse for Regal? Want to get out of AEW and come?
I hope so. I mean, I don't see why not. He wouldn't come back to NXT or come back to WWE in general.
This was his baby. I mean, he did really good as with being part of the Black and Gold back then.
Yep. Everybody calling him Regal Jr.
Hey,
He looked like a mix. Somebody said Daniel Bryan. I say he looked like a mix between Daniel Bryan and his father.
To me, he kind of looks like Pete Dunne's brother. Like if Pete Dunne had a brother.
He was actually good.
Yeah, he was great.
He had to be because it's Regal.
A lot of technical wrestling.
That was a wrestling match.
Definitely,
Yes.
that was good.
That
The
was
crowd
a
was
good
dead a
one.
little bit, just saying Chase U and stuff, but it was a good match.
They could get
I
annoying
enjoyed
at
it.
times.
Yes.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not a fan of Chase U. I sit in the section on there with them. Nearby them. I don't care. I boo them. Chase.
He doesn't
boo.
like Cody. He doesn't.
I don't
Cody.
like because he broke.
Because
Because Brody with the damn flag puts it right in front of my face. I'm thinking I'm gonna get
Brody,
smacked by that
excuse me,
stupid flag, man.
He doesn't like Brody.
Dude.
He doesn't like Brody. If Brody wasn't there, I bet Chase U wouldn't be a problem on Jedi.
Thank you.
Yeah.
He's annoying with that, but I really like Charlie. I really like Charlie Dempsey. I really think there's something there. Going forward, young man looks promising. Maybe he looks promising. Maybe he'll change it.
I honestly thought he was gonna win.
That's here. I'm glad,
Yeah.
Justin. You hit
Or
that
loses,
perfect.
sorry.
You hit that perfect for a debut match. You really want. That's the only thing I disagree. He should at least
'Cause
come up with a win.
You beat Andre and then go to Brody,
Right.
and then beat him and then move up
Right.
to the next person.
Right.
Because I mean, you just had him lose, and we're trying to get into the, into him. It's new. It just doesn't make
Yes.
sense.
Yes, indeed. That's what I thought too. Why did he take that loss? Going first NXT debut, he didn't even wrestle and level up. I don't think I seen him in level up. Period. He just went right to the
No.
to the main NXT roster, which was cool. I'm interested to see him going forward. What storyline he gets going with him. Once he gets done with Chase U and finishes them off. Okay, we'll move on here. We saw a promo backstage with JD McDonough, Jordan Devlin explaining the pain of philosophy and made fun of Wesley in an interview. With Terrence, I didn't really hear him going after
I didn't
Wesley.
hear anything.
Neither
I
did
didn't hear
I.
I heard
didn't
his
hear that.
name, but I didn't see. I don't know what he said.
He basically just called him an emotional person.
Oh, that's it. Okay.
All right, Samurai. Did you were you awake when that happened?
No, I actually didn't even hear him mention Wesley.
Yeah, he was like he'd rather be like himself as a creepy guy than as an emotional guy, like Wesley.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay.
So
now that he said it, like I said, I had to actually go back and watch because I was like dead through most of NXT.
That's why he was like weirdly staring at the camera, and we were just like, ugh, it looks weird.
All right, so Wesley looks like JD and Wesley is going to be the next feud going forward. All right, that'll be interesting to see there. I still am not losing hope. Nash Carter.
Please, I'm not losing hope either.
I know Terrence must be rolling his eyes.
Okay, now here's
I know you like Nash Carter. I know you like.
I have a question for everybody in the panel. How about this? Would you bring back Nash Carter with Miguel? Trey Miguel
with Trey? Hell yeah! Freaking bring them back, all three of them. Since their history and impact, yes, definitely.
Yeah.
I don't know why they didn't sign Trey when they initially, joined NXT.
I think he was still signed with Impact. That was the reason why.
Okay, well, I would see it, but I don't think they're going to, get Trey. What do you call it? I don't think they're going to get Trey. But here's the thought that I had. I know that AEW has Motor City Machine Guns technically, since they're wrestling at.
It's just for the event.
Yes. So one.
Yeah, they're wrestling it all out for that one thing that's happening. Now, do you see? Would you see WB picking up Motor City Machine Guns just to bolster the tag team division?
Yeah, I would see it, but
only for that factor.
I mean, would you? I mean, they could realistically just get the Mighty back as well, Shane Thorne and Nick Miller.
I could see them possibly joining WWE. It's here and there, maybe.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
I mean, realistically, I just hope that things, because AEW is just not hitting it. At all cylinders like they were.
No.
So I don't know whether or not they're gonna last the next couple of years, honestly, unless Tony Khan smartens up and hires writers.
Well, we'll see, because we'll do that. We'll work on that tomorrow. With the AEW, because we got their go home show tomorrow. We'll review. But we'll move on. Just I want to touch on that, but not that now, because we still gotta go with our predictions with World Collide. We got Zoe Starks and Kiana James in a match. Zoe Starks, phenomenal. Everyone in the crowd took pictures, was very endearing. Took on the Indy Hartwell role. So could it be that she's the new People's Champion, Pete?
Yeah, it's a possibility. I mean, I like her, especially her theme. Her theme is awesome.
Yeah, that theme is awesome.
Yeah. So I kind of do see her as, possibly another People's Champion. She is built to be the People's Champ, I'll tell you that.
Mm-hmm. Justin?
Wait, what was the
match with Kiana? We were Zoe Starks, People's Champion. We saw her come out, taking photos, doing the role of Indy Hartwell. Now, going forward, your thoughts on, Zoe Stark, next People's Champion, and give us your thoughts on the match with Kiana James, so we can go and wrap it along.
It was a slowdown. I think it was a slowdown match.
I agree.
It was okay. I mean, just seeing Zoe Stark win again, and that awesome finisher she does. I mean,
oh my god,
yeah. Tell me about it.
That is one of the dopest finishers in NXT.
So cool.
What? The what's it? The 360 kick.
Yeah.
It's like a reverse. It's like a reverse kind of like go to sleep ish kind of thing. But
Yeah,
It's like a reverse GTS. Like
yeah, it's
Yeah.
called the 360 kick.
Wow.
ooh,
Whew.
wow. We see Zoe Starks. Yeah, go ahead, Terrence.
No, I was just saying. I would say it's kind of. I don't want to say a sleeper because I was kind of like, I like Zoe, but like, I was kind of rooting for Kiana. But I mean, it was okay for what it was. I guess it was like kind of like a cool down match or whatever.
I mean, it was just a way to give Stark some momentum back after that title loss that she had at Heatwave.
Right.
Yeah, because she was out.
She was out, and then we saw her not able to go to the end to the women's tournament in WWE because of injuries and so forth. But after that match, she hits Kiana James for the victory as Zoe poses for the camera, does her celebratory poses. We see Kiana James reaching into that purse and was about to cheap shot the living crap out of Zoe from behind, out of nowhere for the save. And of course, if you thought it was a cool down match, you were about to get hot. Here comes Nikita Lyons running in with all her with all her curves going in there to break it up. Terrence,
Very unexpected. Very unexpected.
there you go.
It was weird because I didn't pop when she came out because I didn't know who that was rolling in the ring. But she looked good. She rolled in the ring really fast, really smooth.
She looks
like,
very different.
And then when she stood on her feet, I was like, oh snap! That's when I started popping and stuff for her. But
he was acknowledging her.
I was going so crazy. I almost knocked somebody down standing next to me. I was like, "Oh, sorry, I'm so sorry."
Are we talking about Nikita Lyons?
Yes, Nikita Lyons.
Of course. I mean, I knew I missed something because I didn't see that happen. Because I mean,
the save. She made the save for.
She made the save for so.
Well, you know,
the bigger Ivy now.
Okay. The bigger Ivy Nile, I see.
I don't know what she's gonna do.
It makes sense. I mean, Ivy is very tiny, like what,
That'd
like 5 foot.
Yeah, she's very petite in size, not a muscle. Like, anyway, I digress. Go ahead.
Let me ask you this, guys. Seeing now seeing Nikita helping Zoe here from not getting cheap shot, do you think they're gonna take them? They are gonna go with the main WWE roster and make them a tag team? Do you see that they're gonna possibly keep them now? You know, all right, due to injuries, Nikita not getting vaccinated, but do they revisit them as a tag team, Pete?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I think that they probably will because, you know, from when it was the original women's tag team tournament, they were there. So who knows? We might see them in the main roster's possible tag team.
Terrence?
I think because and then this is another situation where I don't want to say WWE kind of like shot themselves in the foot as far as like making them a part of the original tournament bracket and then having them lose or whatever, but like just from the idea of them teaming up together, we thought it was like all random and stuff, but then like seeing them last night, maybe just kind of like I think they should kind of like run with it for a little bit to see how they will play out as far as just like a team in NXT first, not on the main roster. Just see how
I was going to ask that question too. Good job of elaborating on that one.
Yeah, that's what I think they should do.
Justin, your thoughts?
See how it will work.
I agree with Terrence. I say just if you're gonna have a tag team, I say just do Team NXT for now and then see where it goes. Because I can see them win the titles. You know.
All right, Samurai, you're invested on that. What's your thoughts on that?
Wait, what are we talking about? I'm sorry, I was paying attention. What are we talking about?
Nikita Lyons with Zoe Starks. You know, they look like they're teasing them as a tag team. Doug, would you like to see them going forward as a tag team?
Yes. They offer more together than they do apart.
On NXT or on the main roster?
I would go NXT first and then main roster.
All right, all right. That's pretty much everyone's agreement here. We all agree on that, and as we elaborate there. So we get to the six-man tag, Diamond Mine taking on Gallus in what it was a freaking hard-hitting match. My God, hard-hitting, really good six-man tag. It was freaking phenomenal. Justin, give me that match in your words, your viewing pleasure, and just tell me what you like, what you didn't like, and go for it, brother. The floor is yours.
It was a good match. It was like very fast paced, like hard hitting. Everybody looked tired in the ring. The crowd was dead. I guess I heard.
Yeah.
I guess it's just me and Peter chanting.
Who was the only one cheering for Gallus the whole time?
I don't know much about Dallas, but the way I'm seeing them now, I'm seeing them in action, so I'm kind of liking them, more and more.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
And that was a good match.
Gallus boys on top.
Yes.
Gallus boys on top.
All right. Terrence. Go ahead, Sam. Let me go. Go ahead, Terrence, and then I'll go to Sam.
No, Terrence can go ahead.
Well, I don't really have too much to say about that match in particular. Just for, like, it was like really like, it was really like hard. I don't know. I really couldn't get into it as much as I could like for the rest of the one. I guess I was just like so stoked with what the rest of the night was so far. From what I saw like a few hard hitting shots in there. I didn't say it was like very physical and stuff like that. So I guess it was, for what it was, for what I saw, I should say. So I don't know. Sorry for my lackluster response on that.
No, I got it. I got it because I was like that for the first half of the match. I really enjoyed it, but I was like, I had to get to appreciate Gallus to see them more in the ring. But it was okay. It got better. The match got more exciting. Diamond Mine, all three members, and then we know them. We see what they are and of course they get it. They get the hot tag and all the explosives. Damien Kemp looked phenomenal. And then we saw what happened with Roderick comes out with the phone. Pete, your thoughts on that there for Kemp being distracted and he looked like he was going to go for a submission or kind of like a F5 type of move, and then he just put down coffee. He put down Drake's coffee cake and he decided to go after the phone. What was your thoughts on all that?
Yeah, I think when we was talking, we was possibly thinking that Kemp is trying to remove something that he's trying not to show what the Creed brothers something that that we're not supposed to be seeing, and for obviously Joe Coffey to get that win with that very nice discus clothesline. Come on now, that's how we do it. Gallus boys for life. You know how it is. This was a very great match, but Roderick costing them the match because Damien Kemp ran in to stop that phone because he's trying to probably not show something that we're not supposed to see. I don't know. It's maybe a little fishy here.
Exactly. Something fishy on that there. We saw after the match, all hell broke loose. I mean, you talk about Pretty Deadly in the ring, Brooks and Jensen, then the whole roster, the whole locker room, the security. That was freaking awesome. I was jumping there. I even chopped Pete, and Pete gave me a chop. We were going to wrestle in the crowd.
I was about to get in the ring. One of the Gallus boys looked at me when they were cutting the promo. I was like, you know who you talking to? Or maybe call it the
Yeah.
I go in there and do a Superman punch, and you better chill out.
Yeah, man. that Wolfgang looks like he get a couple slaps.
When it was off off the air and like commercial break, when it was like dark, there was people in the middle that pissed them off so much it said subtitles. I'm like, what do you mean? You can understand what they're saying. And then he starts like cussing at them. I could see like Wolfgang and Joe, like everybody just going at them. I'm like, God damn.
We kept pointing.
They're no joke.
No joke. He kept pointing at everybody, but then when he saw us, he just pointed at a different direction because he saw that we were cheering for them.
He was like awkward.
He was like, you, not you, but you.
Oh man! All in all, I'm invested to see that. We all find out later that evening. It is going to be no. That's the tag team match. Let me find out the fatal 4-way. Nope. I have it here somewhere. It'll be a fatal 4-way. We'll skip that. A fatal 4-way with all, and I think Pete and Justin both said the fatal 4-way, but they wanted it in a ladder match. But you guys were almost nailing it on the
My brother
right
was
on
right.
it.
My
Quite
brother
honest,
said that.
the ladder match, the ladder match would have been better, but it's a tag team elimination match, which it's still good.
Oh, we saw that when the women's tag team, the NXT tag team titles were won, the elimination. All right. So we're ready to move on to here. We have a promo though. Got a couple of promos. We have a promo backstage with Davenport, and out comes the one and only Rhea Ripley. My God, that arena almost exploded.
Yeah.
When I was sitting down, and when soon as her face popped up, like I couldn't touch the roof the way I jumped up. I was like, damn, Rhea's here. Like, oh my God. Like, not just me. Like, if you was there live, or whoever was on this podcast that wasn't there live, you was there live. It was insane. It was insane, right, Jedi?
Oh, it was phenomenal. It was great. It was awesome to see Rhea Ripley. Like, we were like, my God, if they're bringing everyone here, what's next? I mean, who's gonna come out? We're thinking, guarantee if Sokoa wasn't hurt, we would have had the brother. We would have had the Usos come out. Oh man, if Sokoa wasn't hurt, my God. But then, then after that promo, we get another promo, which was a match being made with Nathan Frazier taking on Axiom for 2 out of 3. I guess that's going to be the opening or dark match. You will see these two guys. Nathan Frazier is a really good athlete. I'm not feeling too much Axiom, but hopefully they bring it. I'm going to give them a chance here on Worlds Collide. I think they're going to have a freaking banger or a bomb burner.
Is it going to be during Level Up, you think, or is it going to be like just the first
match?
I
think it's the pre-show or
I don't know. They really haven't confirmed it for it to be at Worlds Collide, but
or you think it's going to be NXT next week?
Who knows? They haven't confirmed.
No, they said it was on Worlds Collide.
Did they? I don't know.
Yeah. It's I got it at Worlds Collide. It's going to happen at Worlds Collide. Yeah.
Okay, well that's awesome then.
Because they were talking about European. They have the best 2 out of 3 falls. Those kind of that kind of rules, and they said, you know what, let's do it. Worlds Collide. So I'm interested to see, because I think those guys could bring it, and ready to go there. And then we should be getting on the bus ready to go, but we get interrupted by the North American champion. Carmelo Hayes come out with his hype man, Trick Williams. He storms out. He is irate because the North American champion, the A-champ, was off the World Collides card. Now, a lot to unpack there, because remember we were talking, he's been writing on the internet and tweeting at both Triple H and Shawn, he's not on the card. What's the deal? I know United Kingdoms don't have a mid-card champion.
No.
We were wondering who could be there, but it's Worlds Collide. Let's see who had it. I'm gonna go, since he's our first time on the show. I'm gonna let Justin. Justin, what happened with this? Who you think came out to challenge Carmelo Hayes? Let the audience know.
Woo! Okay, so me and Peter were discussing, like, who can it be? Because there's no champion, over there. So like, okay, so first thing the first wrestler I'm thinking, I said Ricochet, and then what happens?
The lights go out.
Lights go out, and here he comes. And me and Peter are just like jumping off our seat. We're like excited to see him like in person. I haven't seen Ricochet in person before, so this is exciting for me. And just seeing the match confirmed that Worlds Collide this is gonna be. It's Carmelo Hayes too. It's gonna be a 5-star match. I don't know if it's gonna be the last match, or the first, or in the middle, but everybody's gonna be tired after that.
Yeah,
it's gonna be a banger match.
Now I'm gonna let Sandro give everyone's take on this, but first, I'm gonna tell you how karma works. There is good karma, good energy, and karma is good and bad, because Justin and Pete, especially Justin, said it should be Ricochet. He got rewarded because Ricochet rewards Justin for calling me out, believing in me, bro. I'm gonna give you some glasses. Justin went home with a pair of sunglasses of Carmelo Hayes. Kudos, my friend.
Oh yeah.
I don't know
Yeah.
if it's Carmelo's or Tricks.
Yeah,
Does
it was-
Tricks.
It was
It was
Carmelo's.
because Trick
Tricks
had the
was-
big ones.
Yeah.
Carmelo had the small ones, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, that was Melo's.
This was rectangle shaped though, not it wasn't the circle.
We'll look at the
Okay,
video. We'll look at the video and we'll see.
All right.
We'll see on that one, definitely. But kudos,
Well,
man.
no, 'cause-
Salute.
Yeah.
That was an awesome Peter almost got it. It just bounced off his hand and it just landed right into mine.
Yeah, I
And
saw
I'm
that.
like, I'm
He
putting
ricocheted.
these
I was
on.
like,
He got butterfingers. He got
Get it?
butterfingers, man.
Get it? It ricocheted.
oh yeah, damn! I didn't realize when I said it. I was like, oh damn, ricocheted over. Nice.
That was
That's
freaking
crazy that
dope.
it happened. Like he just threw the glasses and it was to me, and I'm like, is it because I called you out? Is that why?
Yes. That's how the universe works. That's how the universe worked, man. Take that. You got over more than one, my friend. That was freaking awesome, dude. When I saw you got the glasses that he called Ricochet, that was awesome. I can't wait to acknowledge you on the program for that. Getting the glasses and getting over, man. That was freaking awesome. That whole promo was like,
That was
poof.
great.
Because me and Terrence were like, who could it be? I said, it has to be someone from SmackDown. I said,
Yeah.
because you already have Raw. You know, you need someone from SmackDown. You got to bring, who could it be? And we're like, we were trying to, and at first I said, she's saying Nakamura. I said, but, Nakamura was a little too big for NXT, but he was an NXT champion. Trying to bring someone who was an former champion. Ricochet makes sense because he lives in Orlando. He is from Orlando, Florida, and so forth. And phenomenal choice. I thought it might be Kobe Kingston.
I was thinking because when Carmelo kind of mentioned, it's like, remind you, it was a little bit loud in there, but like all I heard when he was talking, I heard Rebel Heart. So I was like, oh, maybe it could be Johnny Gargano. This could be a great first match for him coming back. But then you had to think like he just came back, so he's obviously on the main roster now. So he's not gonna come back down to NXT. It would have been awesome, but I was
even if
hoping that
Gargano
would be
would have had
Gargano versus Carmelo.
a warm up match, Gargano and Melo Hayes, but we didn't know that stipulation it is for the North American champion. So it was like, ooh, there's some stipulations there. So Samurai at home, were you awake for that the Ricochet come out?
Yeah, I woke up during that. Well, see, he referenced, besides Johnny Gargano, he referenced who else did he reference?
Some Cody Rhodes, I think, or somebody else.
He referenced a bunch of people. I can't remember. He referenced them by their catchphrases. I can't think what they were right now. But he didn't just. I mean, it was great nonetheless. I think he said Rebel Heart, Johnny Gargano. I forgot whoever held the Swerve. He said
Yeah,
Swerve.
he said something about that.
Lee. Whoever the North American champions were at the time, since its inception, that's who he referenced. I can't think of who they all were.
Okay, I think I found it. He said he's broken a rebel heart. This ain't a dream. You can't swerve him, and he already unified a title 8 months ago. So he obviously referenced Johnny Gargano. He referenced the Dream Velveteen. He referenced Swerve, and he referenced Roderick because he unified the title.
He also referenced Keith Lee too, so there's that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that was basically a shoot. Basically, just calling out everybody that's in like AEW and not. So, I actually like that when he did that.
I like the fact that Ricochet answered the bill. That was the best
I
part.
don't,
I was
I don't
like,
know
wow.
if we talked about it, but when Carmelo Hayes said "I am," everybody in the crowd was like, "I am, I am."
Yeah,
Yeah.
I said it too. I was like, no, I am. No, I am.
man, that was the NXT go home show before Worlds Collide, man. Pete, be the give us the producer, give us the rundown of the card if you have it, so we could go
Yep,
give
I
our
have the
predictions.
card.
Look
So
at that,
obviously
man. That's a producer story today, Pete. You really earning your pay today.
So obviously the first match we talked about, Nathan Frazier, Axiom, 2 out of 3 falls. What do you think?
I'm going Nathan Frazier.
I'm gonna go with Nathan Frazier as well. I like him a lot.
Terrence?
I'm just gonna go with Nathan because I've seen him in the ring, but I haven't seen him like as far as like more consistent than Nathan. I've seen him a little bit more,
No.
so I'll go with Nathan. You know,
All right. Samurai?
Now, is this match on Worlds Collide
Yes.
next week?
Worlds Collide.
Who is it again? Nathan Frazier and who?
Axiom.
Axiom, formerly known as A-Kid.
A-Kid.
Oh, okay, A-Kid. I mean, I'm gonna go with Nathan Frazier here because they basically dropped the ball with Axiom. They need to change him back to A-Kid as soon as possible.
For real.
All right. Justin, your thoughts?
Nathan Frazier all the way.
Wow, clean sweep. No love for Axiom. All right.
I know this is gonna be off topic real quick, but it is Carmelo's glasses. I looked it up. It's his glasses.
Got
yeah,
it.
because
pretty
like
cool.
if you think Trick was in the corner and when he took his glasses off, he put his glasses in the corner over there.
Yeah.
Whereas Carmelo, I think he took his off and he kind of threw them somewhere or whatever, and then Ricochet just kind of picked him up and picked his glasses up and threw them out. That's when I think Justin and somebody caught him.
Yeah.
All right. Give us the next match.
Next match, obviously, probably the match of the night. Carmelo Hayes, Ricochet, North American Championship.
Ooh.
Samurai. Who you like?
Yeah. What's going on? I'm watching AEW for some reason.
Stay with the script.
It's distracting me. What match we on?
Carmelo or Ricochet?
Yeah.
Well,
Where you going with?
obviously, I'm gonna go with Ricochet.
Samurai's going with Ricochet. New North
I'm
American
going with
champ-
Ricochet. Yeah.
A new North American
I should
champion.
really turn off AEW because I can't watch it. It's just bad.
Justin?
I'm gonna go with Ricochet.
All right. Terrence?
That's all it is, and that's all it's gonna be. I'm going with Carmelo.
All right. I'm also taking Carmelo Hayes because I'm a big Carmelo Hayes mark. So I'm gonna take Hayes.
I'm also gonna take Carmelo Hayes because I just feel like that this match is just a one and done for Ricochet, and he's just gonna go back to the main roster.
I'm gonna change my answer. Actually, that doesn't make sense. I mean, it would be crazy if Ricochet won.
But if Ricochet
gonna stay?
wins, that means he would have to stay in NXT if Ricochet wins. Because
that would blow my mind.
Yeah, but I feel like since it's most likely going to be a one and done. So
let me ask you this: any chance somebody from the WWE main roster comes in and crosses Ricochet or loss? Corbin, because he's not going to Wales.
Possibly.
I can see that. I can see that happening. But at the same time, you also have to think that what just happened. You also have to think that, like, Carmelo has faced everybody that there's to face. He's really due for a call up.
Exactly.
So if he doesn't win, that's where he goes to the main roster, straight to the main roster. I would put him in there with what do you call it? I would put him in there with Hit Row.
Yeah, that is true.
All right. We'll move on.
Carmelo.
What is Ricochet doing too on SmackDown?
Nothing really. Who knows? This is a little bit of a toss up. Who knows?
I mean, realistically, that's just the way that I see it. I don't really think it could happen that way, but I mean, we are just giving our predictions. So
Mhm.
whatever happens, happens. I mean, I don't know. I mean, he could win. He could win the title, and then go straight to go back to SmackDown and just be for 1 week, and then go to go
North
to NXT
American, yeah.
for the
Well,
remainder.
yeah, show some love for NXT.
It could
Yeah.
work. You know why? Because he lives in Orlando. He could come home when he's not on SmackDown and work the NXT program.
Right.
I would like to see Ricochet
That makes
become
sense.
Say again, Justin.
I would like to see Ricochet become champion.
So
I
you
would.
going? Am I changing you back to Ricochet?
Ricochet, bro.
All right,
want
Justin,
Ricochet.
back to Ricochet. Okay, so producer Story Air, give us the next match on this card.
Next match, Katana Chance, Kaden Carter versus Doudrop and match for the NXT Women's Tag Team Champs.
Samurai, who do you like?
Well, I'm gonna go with Katana Chance and Caden Carter, mainly because I don't see Nikki Ash and Doudrop winning the championships, and what are they gonna do with them? Take them to the main roster and like, I mean, I could see that actually. I could see them taking them to the. I think I explained this to somebody earlier. I was talking to. I could see them taking them to the main roster and then unifying them with the WWE Women's Championships, and then having them float across all 4 brands.
All right, Pete, what's your thoughts, Pete?
I'm gonna give it to Katana and Kaden because I just feel like they're the better tag team in this one.
All right, Terrence.
Katana and Kaden.
All right, I hope they come
I don't
out.
think they're gonna have. I think it's just like some kind of like. I don't know. Like I don't see them staying on NXT, but then again, they're not really doing too much on the main roster too. So, either way, I don't really see them winning the title. It's a Katana and Kaden.
Yeah.
I hope they come out through our entrance, like always. Like let them start them. That'd be the opening match. Let them come through the crowd.
Oh, and outside, yeah.
Yeah, Justin, your thoughts?
My pick is toxic. I'm joking. It's gonna be Katana and Kaden.
Katana and Kaden.
They're gonna win.
Yeah, it's gonna be a clean sweep. The women tag team, but I'm thinking I'm looking for Piper Niven and Nikki to go at it, and they're gonna break up that on NXT.
Yeah, that's actually a callback to what happened on Monday Night Raw backstage.
Backstage, they're gonna lose, and they're gonna we lost to these girls, and they're gonna go at it.
What happened?
Yeah,
on SmackDown.
Have Doudrop return back to Piper.
Yeah, it was on SmackDown. Correct. Terrence was right when they interviewed Sonya Deville before the finals, the semifinal match. They were arguing in the background.
Right.
Oh, great. SmackDown. I forgot that happened on SmackDown.
Correct. Next match.
Next
Producer.
match, the Fatal 4-Way Tag Team Elimination match.
Ooh.
Creed Brothers, Brooks Jensen and Josh Briggs versus Gallus and versus Pretty Deadly. Whew, this is gonna be tough. Who do you think is gonna unite it? Who's gonna unify both titles? Who's gonna get it?
I'm gonna go first on this because I'm gonna shock everyone.
All right.
It's gonna be Gallus.
Yes, Gallus boys. I'm gonna
On
say
top.
Gallus. Well,
Gallus boys on
boys
top, man. That's like I feel like that makes more sense than Pretty Deadly, Brooks and Jensen, or the Creed brothers. Although I do like the Creed brothers. They have come into their own. But I just feel like the Gallus they're more well known in the European section.
Right, and you can't just you gotta show NXT UK some love. You can't have them. This is the first of the unification, and you can't show a sweep. Because then you're like,
Well, actually, no. Let's do it like this. Who is gonna be the final two? Because we said that Gallus is gonna win, but who's gonna be the final two?
Oh, it's gonna be Diamond Mine and Gallus. That's the Creed brothers and Gallus is gonna be the final two.
Yeah, I would go for Creed brothers and Gallus, and like I'm gonna say Gallus.
They could swerve us and have Gallus be eliminated first.
Who do you think is getting eliminated first?
Pretty Deadly. I love
Deadly?
Pretty Deadly, but I think they're gonna get pinned first.
Yeah, because I feel like they're the smallest out of the 3 teams.
Not only that, you don't want to eliminate your defending UK champs immediately.
right.
Be the first eliminators, and so I think
Yeah,
it's
when
gonna be
they-
Pretty Deadly.
It'll be
Now, when they
pretty
say
deadly
elimination-
than Brooks.
Brooks and Jensen.
Yeah.
Now, when they
and-
say elimination, does that mean like one person off, like from team that will get eliminated, or just the team in general?
The
just
team in
gets-
general.
the team in general.
Oh man,
That's
you're gonna-
that's
if you're gonna do
that's to me that's like the worst way to do an elimination match. Like I wish they would just do it like they did back in the day, where if one person gets eliminated, the other teammate stays in the ring or stays in the match until he gets pinned.
That's that. Yeah, I know what you mean. That's that's more like a Survivor Series type of style. They did that with the women's tag team when they did the women's title. They eliminated the team. When they had Florenza, Valentina, and Julissa, and Kaden and Toxic and Nine Vials. That's how they did it. They lose, they go home as a team.
Yeah.
Terrence, who you like?
I'm actually gonna say, okay, I have a prediction, but can you just run through the teams real quick for me just one more time, just so I can be pretty sure about my results?
Creed Brothers, Brooks, and Josh Briggs, Gallus, and Pretty Deadly.
Okay, Pretty Deadly.
Wow.
See what I did there?
Man, I would love that, but I'm gonna go with Gallus because Justin.
I'm gonna go with Dallas. Dallas boys.
Gallus boys on top.
Gallus boys on top.
Both of you guys?
Yep.
Wow. No Creed. No, that'd be interesting. Next match.
Next match, it's the triple threat. Toxic Attractions, Mandy Rose versus the final boss, Mako Satomura, versus Blair Davenport.
Samurai?
I have about Mako winning because she is the final boss. Nobody can beat her.
All right. Justin?
Oh, this is a tough one. Oh my.
You already know what I'm gonna say, Justin.
I already know it.
Yeah.
I could see Mandy winning again. And then I could see Blair Davenport winning too. It's a hard choice. Come back. I'm gonna think about it. Come back to me.
Terrence?
Not a hard choice for me, brother. Mandy.
Right. I'm also taking
for one,
Mandy.
she's motivated. Oh my bad.
No,
I was gonna
you
say,
go,
like,
go,
for one,
go.
I was gonna say for one, she's motivated from those words from Shayna, and also
lovely.
not talking about Mandy from this one. The girl Blair Davenport, I don't see her winning. I don't see her winning at all. At all. I think if anything, she takes the pinfall for it. If Mandy doesn't win.
That's why she's there. You're right.
Mm-hmm.
She's there to take the pinfall. I personally think it's going to be Mandy Rose. I think now that New Japan is going to have a women's IWP champion, I think Miko will return back to Japan to be part of that tournament. And if she's in the WWE, that won't be allowed at. You could safely remove her. She could always come back, and she wasn't pinned. She wasn't pinned, and that's why Davenport. I think Mandy Rose wins. That's my opinion. Pete,
I feel like Blair is gonna shock everybody and sneak the pin.
Okay, Blair, and now Justin.
Now, since Peter said that, man. That's a hard choice. Because if Mandy Rose kept it, there would be like a story going, and she would keep like winning. And if Blair wins it, I'm going with Blair. I'll go with Blair.
All right, we got 2 Blairs, 2 Mandys, and 1 Miko. Wow, that's interesting. That's an interesting one there. That'll be interesting. That'll be interesting. Next match on the card, producer.
The main event.
Ooh.
Braun Breaker versus Tyler Bate to unify both the NXT and NXT United Kingdom Championship.
Samurai.
Well, I'm gonna go with the popular choice here and say Tyler Bate.
Tyler Bates. All right. Wow. Terrence.
Braun. I don't know why I can't give UK any love right now. I guess technically I don't know because Pretty Deadly.
Pretty Deadly's UK. They're UK. They're from the UK.
Yeah.
But as far as the UK champions, yeah, I'm just gonna go with Braun. Because I don't know. Yeah, Braun.
Justin.
Oh boy. Man. I'm going with Tyler. I'll go with Tyler this time. I was gonna go with Braun, but I think Tyler's gonna win. Because
All
Braun
right.
can be moving up, you know,
Pete.
main roster.
Pete? No, me? Yeah, you know how it is. I always go with Tyler Bate.
Tyler
Bates,
Bates.
he's the man. Mustache Mountain, British strong style. Come on now.
Well, it's not really Mustache Mountain without Trent Seven.
Unfortunate. I hope he comes back to WWE.
He most definitely will. I know why they released him because there's no point in keeping him under contract when it's going on hiatus.
Yeah, you know, Triple H probably got him on speed dial.
Yeah, definitely. I mean,
Hold on.
I wish that they would have just the whole Heritage Cup thing was pretty much a waste. I don't know what the point of that was.
It was great though.
Did they actually get rid of the Heritage? Who was the most recent winner of the Heritage Cup? I wondered if they let him go.
What happens is with those folks, and I'll give you my thought in a minute. The reason why those folks were kind of let go was some of them don't want to, they can't, or they can't get visas, or they're not able to come work in the United States.
It was Noam Dar, and he got released.
Yeah, they're releasing to your NXT Europe kicks off. They'll be returning.
He beat Mark Coffey for that.
Yeah, I mean, see, that's the thing. Like most of them, most of them can't get visas, which makes sense. I mean, Noam Dar actually, he was in the United States for 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, he was there for a while.
Yeah, now
they don't want to come work in the United States for now. Their families uprooted. I was reading something like that. Some of these, the ones that are here might come. You know, if they're the champions, they have to come for a little bit. That's why that's why I'm going for. I do want to see more Tyler Bates, yes, but I'm still thinking I'm going with Braun Breaker winning this, man, unifying these tag titles, because basically the whole everything is predicated around him. The whole show and the color scheme is around his Braun Breaker show. This is all, the colors and stuff. I know Tyler Bates looks impressive. This is his home, and I'm going to go with Breaker, man. I can't see it. Plus, he's tapping some Cora. So,
I'm going to change your mind. Go with Braun. I think Braun's going to take it.
Everybody's going to choose Braun now, but it realistically has to be Tyler, because if it's not Tyler, then what's going to happen with Tyler? Is he going to go to the main roster or what?
No, he can still be in that chase.
He can
because
still be in there,
because remember, he's going to be the face of UK Europe, but you want to still get him over in the United States crowd. He'll I don't know.
I mean, I realistically see Braun Breaker being ready for the main roster.
Yeah, me too.
There's not much he can really. I mean, unless he goes for the North American Championship, but that'll be a step backwards.
We'll see. We'll see there, because
on this one,
they could stay. I can see that, because I would like to see Braun stay until Survivor Series. Let him be part of Team NXT, and let him come make his debut in the Royal Rumble.
Do you think they're gonna add NXT to Survivor Series?
I hope so.
I was just gonna say,
I hope so.
I hope they add NXT.
I hope so.
their previous show with NXT was great.
It's
Yeah.
teasing. It's
2019.
teasing it. It's teasing it with the worlds collide here, Samurai.
Did you guys watch the Survivor Series in 2019?
Hell yeah, that
I
was
saw half
great.
of it.
Yeah.
That was phenomenal. Half of it.
That's
I'm
why they
still
need to bring it back.
yes,
That's why they
Yeah,
need to
bring it
bring
back.
it back.
Yeah,
yes. And NXT looked freaking awesome. All the competitors
Mhm.
there. My goodness. But that is the WWE Worlds Collide prediction NXT review. My God, this is fun. Any other thoughts that you think anything? I think we covered a lot of stuff, man. And this is just the covering. Just think about it when the ring action happens. My God, we're gonna be so much in emphatic and enjoy of this weekend, man. So tomorrow's Thursday. Get your chicken wings. Get your food. If you're gonna watch, you know, Clash of the Castles, get all the food, get everything ready because it's gonna be fun.
it's a
This
great
entire
week
week.
to be a fan of wrestling.
Yes.
Mhm.
You know what that is? 3 hours of NXT on Sunday plus another 5 hours of all out. That's 8 hours of 8 hours of wrestling, dude.
I hope, um, I hope All Out is good. I mean, I don't know the card, or what who's facing, but
We'll break it down tomorrow. You could join us tomorrow on the AEW Dynamite review, and we go home and we do our predictions on All Out. On there, I'm interested because I'm gonna be rewinding the DVR right now and start Dynamite from the beginning. I can't wait to see that there to see how that goes. I'm actually wants to see because I want to see what Triple H has shot a shot of fire here with the Worlds Collide pay-per-view. It's invested. The way they did it tonight, it got if you're not invested, you're invested now. For $4.99 or $3.99 a month, you get this. You don't have to pay 50 something dollars and wait and get you could just pay $4.99 and you get all the pay-per-view events, all the live premiere events, plus
yep.
all the WWE programs. Those wrestlers that you don't know about the UK, it's on the peak. It's on the Peacock. We're not a sponsored or affiliated with the Peacock Network, but we're just giving you our perspective of why it's benefit to get the Peacock Network. Not only that, you get to see old matches like Pete was saying, and
Mhm.
the old NXT, the Survivor Series when they had all three brands. It was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Justin, tell me why you want to get Peacock. It's worth it.
I already have it. I'm set for Clash of the Castle. That's why I have it. I mean, I had it since last year, and I watch a lot of wrestling. So going back to watching UK and stuff, I never seen it, so I want to get more involved because if UK is coming to NXT, I want to know the superstar. What they
You
Mhm.
want to get educated. Absolutely. Like the CWC tournament that Pete and yourself were showing me the week before. Phenomenal. The who's in there. Also the territories. You see all the different territories. ECW content. It's well worth it. If you're a wrestling fan, it's well worth it. And Peacock is where it is to get it for all wrestling. For not just the live events, but for the history of wrestling. I'm going forward.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep.
For sure.
All
It's
right.
like I was
So,
just catching up on NXT, like in general. I was telling you this like about
yep.
I don't know if it was a week ago. It's like explaining because you were saying like as far as your take on like some of these stars is like going up to the main roster, as far as them just being in the on the NXT for like 2 or 3 years to like kind of cultivate their craft. Whereas like some of these they only need 1 year, maybe even less than that, because like once they arrive, like in NXT, you can just like some of them you can just see it right away, and you can just be
Yeah.
like, their main roster bound anyway. Like I was saying
Mhm.
about like Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins, just those two, for example, like they were not on the they were in FCW for a while, but as far as just like that first rebranded NXT, they weren't on there for like not even a year, and they already had got called up. And it
Right.
was just
Right.
like. So just for good content in general, NXT, like you said, CWC, UK, which I'm gonna eventually try to get caught up on that too. Like
Yeah. Me too.
Justin said, like I want to get caught up on get familiar with the faces. So yeah, man.
Indeed. Indeed. Well, that wraps up. Pete says Pete wrote in the private chat he had to go. We want to say thank you for allowing him on. We appreciate you, Pete. Hopefully he'll join me on the AEW Dynamite review like he does. Justin, also please join me if you can on the AEW report tomorrow night.
What time is it gonna be?
I'll text you. You gotta go. You know what? I gotta give you my information in the private chat so I can get a hold of you, and we'll do it at the best convenience.
Okay.
And we'll do it on our best convenience. I'll give you, and we'll definitely would like to come back and talk about it because I know I'm gonna watch it and I would like to review it. I know Terrence is gonna work tomorrow, and then he doesn't like AEW like Samurai. Hey, I don't blame you. I got into it slowly but surely, and I'm doing it because I want to have a wrestling podcast, so I'm gonna watch it. So that's how it goes. Well,
believe it or not, like only because it's an entire wrestling week, I'm actually watching AEW right now.
Ooh.
Just because it's like this entire week is full of wrestling and stuff like that. So I don't know if I'm gonna be on the review or whatever, but I'm just doing that just because of the nostalgia and stuff like that.
I got you. No, that's all good. That's all good. We even got Samurai watching AEW, but let's enjoy the rest of the night of the wrestling shows, and we'll be back on, and we'll see you guys next time here on the Heal the Ring podcast. If you ain't down with us, we got 2 words for you: just subscribe. So we'll see you next time, folks.
Awesome! You people bought a ticket to see me, so shut up!
Yeah. Sometimes I get so mad, there's no control.
Ladies and gentlemen, just in case you live under a rock,
I might
you
grab
are
a
looking
bat, I
at
don't
the
know, my
youngest
rap, my
and
blood
best
boils
rising
over
star
like,
in
oh God, here
professional
goes. I lost all
wrestling.
feeling from my head to my toes. You said some shit that I can't let go, so just stay tuned for the rest of the show. So have you ever felt betrayed? Switches how you see things, realize something needs change.